Hello, enthusiasts. My name is Brandon Rourke, aka Alphamug 500, and this is Inky News. Today we're here with Dave Rivas, the voice of Joey Drew.
Hello, how's it going?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So I have 20 questions here that we can go through.
Okay. And where did these 20 questions come from? Did you make them up, or are they like fan community?
I made them up this time, but normally I try to do fan questions. I ran out of time this time, so because I was trying to think of like questions last minute. So
All right.
not last minute, but I was trying to think of like I didn't have time to make a post about it.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, that's cool. Wow.
All
I'm
right.
just curious.
Yeah. All right. So, question number 1.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little bit of background about yourself and before you got into voice acting, though?
Well, before I got into voice acting, I think I was just heading towards the I guess the generic or regular actor path. I started acting in high school, and that was going pretty well. I liked it a lot and was doing pretty good at it. But I didn't like the stress from all the callbacks and if I was going to get the part or waiting by the phone. We didn't have cell phones in those days, so you literally had to wait by the phone every day to see if you got a part. And that kind of stressed me out. So I hung that up and went into emergency medicine. My brother was a paramedic at the time when I was a teenager. So I followed him into that. And I've been working for various ambulance agencies and fire departments for the last 40 years of my life. But about 25 years ago or so, I got back into acting. And so I've been doing both. And then about 2 years ago, I retired from the fire department as a 911 operator for fire and medical. And I've been a full-time struggling artist ever since. But I've been voice acting for about 25 years. And yeah, so a little bit of everything. I kind of dabbled into it a little bit, but I think when I finally crossed over was when I had already hung up acting for a little bit and I was working full-time for the fire department. And when I would be getting ready to go to work on the radio, there would be commercials that would be like funny commercials or celebrity artist impersonated, that type of commercial. And those would get my attention. And I always thought, I think I could do that. I knew that I had a gift for impersonations and comedy. So I pursued it and took some voice classes, anything having to do with voice, like speech classes. I found a voiceover coach and started taking improv classes, acting classes, dance classes, anything that was performance related, just to kind of wrap my head around performing. And slowly but surely, I made some contacts and started recording video games. That was probably my first gig. Recording a video game.
Nice. Thank you for your service once again, being in the medical field for that amount of time.
Thank you. My pleasure.
And so you answered 2 of my questions.
Oh, cool.
Well, the first one, then you answer two more additionally. So
Cool. So I knocked out 3.
yeah, 3 and 1.
Yeah.
Let's next question is, besides Joey Drew, what was your favorite voiceover job you've ever had?
That's a pretty loaded question. Just because each job has I guess its rewards and I guess trials or whatever. There's hard parts and there's fun parts, and each job has those. Uh, but I my first big hit was Frogger in
Yeah.
year 2000, but the game didn't really do so well and it didn't go anywhere. I was kind of impressed with myself for playing Frogger, but the game didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
But around 2000, maybe 11 or 12, I started getting cast to do characters for Star Trek Online. And I
Oh,
was
nice.
really excited about that because I'm a huge Star Trek fan, have been my whole life. And so I was just really, really happy to be part of that. Then it was around 2012 or 13 that I got cast to be the voice of Vakel Sean of the USS Enterprise F, who's the captain of the actual Enterprise. So that
Oh,
was like a dream come true. Like I still can't believe that I'm not really, I'm not really canon, but I'm in that
yeah.
world. I'm actually the captain of the Enterprise. So for me and my Star Trek geek friends and family, we all freak out about that still. Um, and I've had some fans from that, and I've done a lot of cool recordings and a lot of great experiences with that. But still, when Joey Drew came along, it's like it, it's like Captain Sean doesn't even exist anymore. So when the game dropped in November, and all the fans were going crazy uh, Bendy and the Dark Revival and Joey Drew and all that. I was posting pictures and everything, but every now and then I'd slip in something for Captain Sean, just so kind of people would be like, "Hey, don't forget, I also do this guy too," you know.
Yeah.
Um,
All right, we are back. So then the next question is, all right, there we go. Okay. The next question is, I'm gonna ask these two because they kind of they go and tie with Bendy in terms of like what the theming of video games and cartoons.
yeah,
So who's your favorite cartoon character and why? Again, out of anything.
out of anything good.
Yes.
Gosh, that's another loaded question. Man, I think I would have to say Bugs Bunny, just because my whole acting career, when people make comments on my acting style or say like, where did you train, how did you get to be so good, i I because I'm big and over the top, and
Yeah.
I would always say Looney Tunes was the best acting class I've ever had in my life. And Bugs Bunny, just with that attitude, and he's just so quick-witted, and the humor. But in the world of Looney Tunes, I also like Marvin the Martian, Pete Puma. Oh my gosh. Pete Puma. Um the whole Looney Tunes universe was a huge influence and a big part of my upbringing and background and influence. Um, I would say
Same here, honestly.
Bunny, Bugs Bunny. But there's so many. There's so many for so
Yeah.
many various reasons. But I think the top would be Bugs Bunny.
Mine
How's
is
that?
personally Yakov from Animaniacs.
Yeah, well, I wonder why. Was that
Yeah.
before last week or
Uh, grab this right quick.
yeah, that's so cool.
I'm not sure if we can see it on camera, but it's signed.
Yeah, I can kind of see it. There's a little reflection. That is so cool.
Pretty
I'm
much it says hello. It says hello, Brandon, and then it just says
hello, Brandon.
it says his character at Yak and then his signature. Still
And
one of the oh god.
does everybody know where you got that?
Oh, in case you haven't been keeping on my my main account of my 500, I was at a convention over the last weekend or 2 weekends ago called Sci-Fi Valley Con. Great experience, by the way. They're so great. Everyone was amazing there. The voice acting talent was amazing. And if they're somehow watching this, the official people, get the Bendy cast over there.
Yes,
I had to
please.
go back.
That's a great point. Thanks for bringing that up because since we
Mhm.
started doing our streams, one of the biggest things that keeps coming up is fans are saying like, you know, can you come to our town if you're ever in our town, you know, say hi or whatever. Well, yeah, if we get invited to your town by like a convention or if any group or fan group or whoever is in charge of inviting guests, if you can get us there, we will definitely come. I'm looking into to signing up for conventions and things like that. But if you know they can approach us, that'll help make things quicker and easier. So yeah, invite us to
Yeah,
your convention and we'll come for sure.
that's a
At
great
least I
point to bring up.
will.
I'm glad I brought that up then.
Yeah. So yeah, Rob Paulson, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
he's the one who
he's
was
a
his
nice guy,
Yakin.
right?
He's amazing.
Yeah. I
You
met
guys are
him
amazing
once
too,
about
but
20 years ago at a San Diego Comic Con, and he was so cool. We're just
oh,
standing in the hallway, and people were standing around him, and he was just hanging out, and talking to people, and singing, and and just being a really cool guy.
yeah. Bob Paulson, he still has that same energy that you just described. He's such an amazing person.
And he seems to always be smiling.
That's
Like
another thing.
he just he
He,
just he's just got that face, just such a likable face.
him and the Meatly, those are the two most positive people. Like
Yeah.
two of the most, obviously you guys too, but like you like two of the most positive figures online that I know of, and Meatly and Rob Paulson.
Yeah, just always so,
And
and you
everyone
know, and he even had like health issues not too long
he
ago, and I
did.
hope he's doing much better now. And I think he is. But
I
even
think
during
he
that,
is.
he was always so positive, and it was just so encouraging. And I bet you know it really helped others that were you know maybe in a similar situation.
Yeah,
That guy is just what a great guy.
he was. Well, he is. I don't know what that was. He's such a great guy. Let's see. Now, next question is a very similar question. Who's your favorite video game character and why? Another loaded question, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Well, there's a bunch. Golly.
Also, I want to make it clear, not counting Bendy characters, because that'd be too easy.
Not counting Bendy characters. Okay, good. You saved me because I was just gonna cave and say, well, you know, somebody. Man, that is really, really tough. I really don't know if I have an answer for that.
Hmm.
My mind keeps going back to like the early days of video gaming, like Mario and gosh, all I keep thinking of is like those old, like 8 and 16-bit video games that used to be like in the 7-Elevens. Like we'd stop in on the way to school and I'd play like Mario or Donkey Kong before Mario even came was Donkey Kong and like there was a Popeye game, Pac-Man. You know, I really can't I don't think I can say an actual one single video game character, and Frogger was in there as well.
Yeah.
I think it would be a combination of those early video game characters, just because they're what kind of paved the way for my
Yeah,
love of video games. And you don't always play as a character like those video game consoles in the stores that I was talking about. Like sometimes you
yeah,
were playing the ship in the middle of the screen as like asteroid, or
yeah.
mission command, or stuff like that. You were playing as different things, not necessarily a
Mhm.
character. So I'm just thinking about those early video games, consoles that influenced the love for all video games. Right now,
Yeah,
I love playing first person shooters. That's kind of been my thing for like about the last 10 years or so. I
mm,
love BioShock, Dead Space, and Fallout. Those games are like my favorite first person shooters, and I can never remember who the character is that you're playing as. Um, but I love being that character. I love
yeah,
going around, especially in an open world game, and leveling up your weapons and your equipment and stuff like that, and finding stuff. I just love that.
yeah,
So whoever you're playing in as is a first person shooter, it's evolved into that. Oh, and
yeah,
Tetris. There's no actual character in
yeah.
Tetris, but those falling bricks, that I think was one of the first video games that I ever had a dream about. Like I'd go to sleep and I would hear ding 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 ding, and then Age of Empires, real-time strategy. That was the first game that I became obsessed over. Um, uh, yeah, like I'd get up in the morning, I'd be thinking about it, laying in bed in the morning, thinking about Age of Empires. I'd get up and say, well, I'm just going to finish that one mission. And then next thing I know, it's nighttime and I've been sitting at the computer for 12 hours trying to, overthrow a castle or something like that. So, uh, early video games would be my greatest influencers, evolving into real-time strategy and first-person shooters, and whoever you play as those characters, those are my favorite video game characters. How's that?
That's a really good answer, actually. It gives you like a brief history of like how you became a video game
How I
voice
came
actor
to
too.
that?
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of politically correct. PC.
For me, Sonic and Cuphead have been my two, besides Bendy, Sonic and Cuphead have been my favorites for a while.
Oh God.
Um, Sonic since I was a
I
little
haven't
kid.
played the Cuphead video game, but I love the cartoon. It's so good. And it's in that style that I love of, the golden age of animation with
Mhm.
Looney Tunes and Popeye, and then Bendy, of course, is in that same style. Um and what else did you say? Sonic. And you
Sonic.
know that Ryan Drummond, the first voice of
Yeah.
Sonic, is an old friend of mine.
You said that on the last interview too. That's still really amazing to me that you got to know him.
Who's that?
Oh,
Ryan?
Ryan, you're
Yeah, yeah,
Ryan.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we recorded a lot together, and then he moved away. He and his wife moved to Northern California for I don't know if it was for a job or something like that. But last time I saw him, he was actually in a Super Bowl commercial.
Hmm.
He was there was something going on in the middle of the field where they had a patient on a gurney, and doctors and surgeons were around him, and he was the guy on the gurney, and it was just like
Oh,
his face flashed for a second. I go, oh, that's Ryan. Um, but yeah, he's another good guy. He's another guy. It's kind of funny how like actors in the video game world kind of know each other. Duke Nukem, John St. John, he's another buddy of mine.
oh shoot, that's cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Then we got the next question. That is very interesting though, Dave. I I I I am I'm glad I'm getting to know you guys in terms of like the Bendy voice actors as well. And hearing like, all your stories you guys had like acting. It's simply amazing.
Yeah, it's so neat to hear, and it's also inspiring too. Because we check in with each other every now and then to see, if they're available for a project, or are you available for a stream? And then, sometimes they say, I can't because I'm doing this that day, or I'm recording that day. And then it's kind of like, oh wow, yeah, they're recording. I should be recording. So I got to look for some gigs. But also, you as well. Uh, I think, speaking for the rest of the cast, we are having a blast getting to know people like you and all the amazing fans and artists out there. I've never ever experienced anything like this. And like I've said before, many other times, I've had fans for different characters I played, and I've enjoyed many of those characters. But I've never ever had anything like what's been going on since November with the Bendy fandom and all the artists. Such a great community, and everybody is so nice and so cool, and just gosh, I just love it so much. It's like a big happy family, and it feels like
Exactly.
a big friendship rather than fan cast, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
love
community.
the Ben. I love the Bendy family.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Um, you also did answer my next question, so you might be a mind reader, Dave. The next question was, how does it feel to be a part of the Bendy series and fandom? But you just answered that, so you're a mind
Yeah,
reader.
it is fantastic, and it all started when the game dropped, and it was like November 15th, and we actors were all in an email chain with Lauren Singer, who is, the voice of Allison Angel, and
Mhm.
she was our vocal director.
Yeah.
And it was just like updates on the game dropped, and uh whatever else news that she was updating us with. And then the emails kept going back and forth, and we were just so blown away by the fandom and the reception of that game dropping, that people have been waiting years for.
Yeah.
It was just so good and so positive and so exciting that I remember staying up late at night, like just watching playthroughs and listening to all the comments and reading the chats, and just like, wow, people are just going crazy, and so excited. And then sharing that stuff in our email chain, and then that eventually led to, well, we got to do something. We need to to uh to do something else, like do some poetry in character, or I think I suggested we do, it was Thanksgiving, Christmas time. So I suggested we do, like, read like the night before Christmas.
That'd be
But
cool.
the night before release, went all through the studio, something, and it had to do with like the history of the Meatly, and Bendy and the Dark Revival, and Bendy and the Ink Machine, and all the stuff that happened while we were waiting, and then that slowly evolved into the All Star Music review, which was
Yeah.
just that was
That
just so
that's amazing.
it was so
I love that.
amazing how it evolved into that. And then I offered, well, I'll cut it together if you guys, sing. Maybe I'll get out of singing, and I'll cut it together, and we'll post this thing. And then I got to hear all the work that the cast did, and their singing, and their music mixing and all that. And then I put it together, and then we met when Will DA Games, did a playthrough, or no. He showed the video, and then
Yeah.
after that video, we kind of, some of us got together and kind of chatted on screen for the first time, and
Nice.
it's just been happening over and over and over and over, and it's just so cool. Such a great group of people, and like I said with the cast, I've never experienced anything. Like I said with the fans, I've never experienced anything like the fandom, where you're interacting and you're like friends and everything. Same thing with the cast. In San Diego, where I live, back in the days when we used to actually go to studio and record stuff, you'd see cast members in passing. You'd show up for your session, and the person that was there before you, they'd be walking out, and you'd say, "Hey, hi, how's it going?" You
Yeah.
chat for 5 minutes, and then that's it. But this Bendy cast, like we're always in tune with each other, keeping tabs on each other, and doing streams with each other, and it's
Yeah.
so everybody is so nice and so cool and so talented.
I'm honored to be a part of like this little like start. I'm honored to have started Inky News and like further like skyrocketed like these like little interviews with you guys like to help like not only like see more interactions with fans and stuff, but
Yeah,
but also like to get to talk to people behind it too,
yeah.
and have like it's amazing, honestly.
And how's that all going for you? Because I know your page is maybe a month old or so,
A little over a month.
little over a month,
Ju-
but it just blew
July
up,
3rd.
right?
Yeah, July 3rd will be 2 months.
But
And
it just blew
we
up,
have a
right? It's doing great.
we have a good little community. We have about I think it's about like 240 followers now, which is amazing. I'm happy to even have that many.
That's great.
It's amazing. I'm thankful that many people found my little page, and here we are.
Yeah, and here we are, and here we will continue to be, I'm sure.
Yeah, I have some things in the works. Wink, wink.
Yeah. Absolutely, for sure.
All right, let's see. Next question. What were your what were your first impressions of Bendy as a series? Did you know what Bendy was before then in the role of Joey Drew?
My very first impression was, okay, cool. Another gig. Uh, Immediately after that, I looked into the game, and I I think chapter 5 was either just coming out or had just come out. The first game was not even done. But my first impression of seeing it was like, yes, it's another first person shooter type game. And it's very, very dark and spooky kind of. I loved that. Uh,
Yeah,
I had some difficulty when I first tried to play it. I couldn't understand the tapes so well. I had to
yeah,
really, really pump up the volume. I'm like, man, I hope when we record whatever I'm gonna do, I hope it's good. Like it's heard, and the people playing the game can hear them. That was tough for me. Because I wasn't really getting as much of the story as I wanted to. I had to read and play it over and
yeah,
over. Other than that, it was really kind of scary for me. In the beginning, when you get chased out of the studio, that was really scary. I got stuck when I first encountered Sammy Lawrence. He was just so creepy to me. Like he was like some religious fanatic that, like, these guys are scary. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen here? And I couldn't get past him. I think I was stuck in the dark puddles. It was like those nightmares when you're trying to run away from something and you're running in
yeah,
slow motion. And so at that point, I kept getting stuck. And then that light, when you're coming out of the ink after you
yeah.
die, that was like really terrifying to me. That was a horrible image.
That is.
It really bothered me. So I that's the point when I kind of walked away from the game for a little bit. I just put it
Yeah,
down. And then after a few months, I got it on my iPad. And then on my iPad, I was finally able to finish it. I started playing it on my PS4, and I got stuck on Sammy. And then when I got it on my iPad, no problem. It was all cool. Then I was freaked out by the Butcher Gang. And the
There's
projectionist.
so the projection is such an underrated character, in my opinion.
I love the projectionist. And he doesn't really do anything. He just kind of pursues you slowly, but he's so spooky. A lot of the characters in the Bendyverse, I wish I could just stop, turn around, and just look at them and walk around them and check them out and see how they're made. But I'm too busy running from everybody. The game's terrifying. It really scares me.
Yeah, I'm so
So
glad to meet the archives for that.
yeah. So you could do all that.
Yeah,
So that, I guess, was my first impression. It was that it was a first person shooter, that it was really scary, actually maybe a little too scary for me for a little bit.
Mhm.
And then oh my gosh, it just the way it led into the build up and the final, the eventually the release of Dark Revival, and just seeing how it went from Bendy and the Ink Machine to Dark Revival, and all the improvements and everything just was amazing. What a payoff. Oh my gosh. It's just so good.
yeah.
But a great game. Still a great
Mhm.
game. I pick it up every now and then still.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
As someone who was a Bendy fan since right before chapter one came, not before, like in March, like right after chapter one came out, like about March of 2017, at the end of March-ish. The wait for Dark Revival was a little bit painful at times, but I was so excited when it finally came out. And they announced that we're getting a trailer tomorrow on Halloween of last year. And I was like, I was hanging out with my friends and my heart stopped for a second. I dropped my phone. I'm like, this is happening. We're actually going to get something.
You know,
And
that was an interesting journey for we actors as well, if you can imagine. I mean,
yeah,
waiting for it as a fan is one thing, but when you're in Dark Revival, and I've been invited to different like acting classes and schools and voiceover groups to talk about, acting and voiceover. And when I say I do video games, people go, "Oh, that's nice, that's cool." And I've done this character and I've done this character, but whenever I mention Bendy, people go, "Oh, really?" And their attention, they spark up, and then they're like, "Well, who?" And then I go, "Well, I'm Joey," and I don't even get it out. And they're like, "Oh, Joey Drew!" And people freak out. And so I was doing this before Dark Revival released. Like, yeah, we recorded it, but it hasn't come out yet. And then it was like, it hasn't come out yet. It hasn't come out yet. It still hasn't come out. And then after a while, I just stopped saying, like, yeah, I didn't say anything. Like, I'm not in Joey Drew. I'm not in Bendy. I'm not. And then it just
yeah,
boom, it just dropped, and now here we are. It just was amazing. It was frustrating, but it was worth the wait. It was
it was.
so good. They did everything right. Everything is so good. Can't
Everything
wait
was
to see
improved
what's
from the first game.
next.
Same. I can't wait to see whatever the meat has been teasing on Twitter because he's been like he's obviously
And
up to something.
easy too. And I do not know. I do not know what is going on. I just hope there's room for us cast members down the road. I don't know
I'm gonna
anything.
jump ahead to another question since you said that.
Sure.
What are your personal hopes for the future of Bendy, if you could choose?
Well, more games for sure. I think there's always a question on, should it be a movie? Should it be a series? Should it be an animated thing? Uh that I think when it comes to things like that, you have to be careful what you wish
Yeah.
for. Um because I think they can't go wrong with another game, with another installment. I personally would like to see kind of like a prequel, kind of like the heyday of the studio, on what it
Same.
was like when it was active and happening and people were going to work and clocking in and seeing what the artists went through when they were in Artist Alley. But even before it got to that, the early days of Joey and Henry and when the ink machine first became like an idea.
Mhm.
I would like to see all that. A series, a movie, I just don't know. Not a movie. I don't think I'd like to see a live action movie because so many times with my history, my love of as a comic book collector, and then seeing how those movies, back when they started first making comic book movies, and they needed work. Finally, now they're getting to be okay in the last 10 years or so. They're
I
good.
I feel like video game
But
movies are doing the
there's
same
always
thing.
still some kind of fan disappointment, I think. If you're a connoisseur, if you're a diehard fan, somebody's interpretation of a movie or a series, there's always like, oh, they changed this or they left that out, or that's not what they look like, or that's not what there's always that,
Yeah.
people always say the book's always better. I think in this case, Bendy and the Ink Machine, Bendy and the Dark Revival, the video game is always better. The only way I
I
think,
can't help you with that on Mac.
excuse me,
Ooh,
the only way I think, the only
I
way I
thought that
think,
was my MacBook.
no, that was mine. Siri, I've never heard her talk like that to me before. Excuse
Oh,
me.
jeez.
Um, the only way I think it would work is if they did something as beautifully done as the Arcane series. Just,
I agree.
that art was just so on point. The storytelling, the voice acting was just fantastic. The music was great, but I would like to see it go one further. I would like to see something new brought to the table that we haven't seen
Yeah.
in animation. Like maybe a 3D stop animation, a claymation type thing, maybe computer generated stop animation, but in a sepia tone way, like the
That'd
Bendyverse.
be cool.
Something different. And I don't even know. I don't know if that's, who am I, really to even suggest that. But I would like to see something different, something outside the box, so to speak. But to answer your question, I'd love to see more games. I'd actually like to see some more spin-off games. I would like to see more from the Meatly, just more,
Mhm.
because we all eat it up,
Yeah.
whatever it is. But sometimes things release and then they get pulled off the shelf, and I want to see those things come back, or maybe they would revisit those and re-release an updated version of some of the mobile games and that type
Yeah.
of thing. I would just like to see more from the Meatly. Definitely another Bendy game. Maybe I would like to see a prequel.
Yeah. I agree with you on all of that actually. I personally want to see something more kind of like what the mobile game Bendy Run did. It had like the cartoon versions of them running around. I want
Yeah.
to see I want to see a game like that. I actually came out with an idea on my server. Starting the Butcher Gang characters. It'd be kind of like a platformer where you try and go on a mission or something. It's like
A
you get money.
platformer game in the black and white Bendy cartoon
Yes.
style. Oh yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah.
That'd be so
Definitely.
cool.
Yeah. And that's now, see, that could even be like a mobile game,
Mhm.
or it could be on console PC, more elaborate, but something like that. Yeah, that would be great. When I was talking about video games that influenced me early, I remember there was a Popeye game that came out.
Oh
And
yeah.
when the Popeye game, it was kind of like influenced by Donkey Kong, but it was Popeye. But when that
Yeah.
Popeye game came out, at the time, people were like, have you seen the new Popeye game? Like, have you gone to 7-Eleven? Have you gone to the corner liquor store? You know, because that's where we did our gaming back in the early 80s and the late 70s. They're like, it looks amazing. It looks like a cartoon. And it was still pixelated, but the animation was getting better and better and better.
Yeah.
And back in those days, whenever you saw like a big advance and it looked like actual animation instead of pixels and bits, it was really, really cool. So to finally, 40 years later, come back around and go to an actual black and white cartoon as a platformer, that would be fantastic. And then, of course, for you, you'd have to have like a Cuphead Mugman crossover or
Yeah.
something. That would be cool.
Meet me, call me.
That would be cool.
That would be so cool.
Let me ask you. Well, besides that, would you like to see are there crossovers you would like to see with the different video game genres that you're fans of?
I want to see a proper Mario and Sonic crossover. We got the Olympic ones, but we never got like a proper Mario and Sonic game. It's mainly because Nintendo's like really stubborn with their properties usually. But I think and Sega came to them with something new, like the Mario plus Rabbids games did. I feel like they came with something innovative. Nintendo would bite and they would do it.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Other than a Bendy and Cuphead, I would love to see Mario and Sonic crossover properly.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Like even if it was just like a 1-minute Bendy Cuphead cartoon. Like I don't need to see them in a video game, but if they appeared together in a cartoon, that would be fantastic because that's their world. That's what they do. They're cartoon characters. That would be fantastic.
I think Rooster Teeth did that actually. Like Rooster Teeth did that like on their Death Battle YouTube channel. They have they're remembered the ones who published the game, so it's kind of official in a way. Like the first game rather. They did like a Bendy Cup at Duke and Out. It was really cool, and it was animated like in 2D. It was so cool.
That I gotta check that out. Send me that link if you have it.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. In a bit. I have to look it up again, but I'll definitely send it to you.
That's awesome.
It's so amazing. Let's see. Next question. Oh, here we go. What was your favorite scene in Bendy and the Dark Revival? It can be anything. It can be spoilers. So if you haven't played the game yet, beware. Spoilers, possibly.
Spoiler. There's two, and they both involve Joey, of course, because I'm arrogant. No, and it's because of the fandom. When I told you I was staying up watching all those playthroughs and things like that, whoever would be playing and making their comments, they were so vested in the game, like talking about their theories and what they were going to find. And when they ran into characters and it's Henry, oh my gosh, oh my God, like they knew before like he turned around. And I love that. So that actually in Animation Alley, spoiler, when Henry's in that room and like who he is before he turns around. And then the reveal, it's so good. So similar to that, when the players, I guess Audrey is walking through that tunnel, and then it kind of opens up, and you hear, "Hey, how's it going down there?" or whatever the line is. The people commenting that are playing are saying like, "Is that Joey?" And then Audrey says, "Joey." I love that. And then you get just to see the reveal, and there he is, of course. So I love that. It really kind of it's kind of like, oh yeah, we've come home. And then at the end, the family reunion at the end with Audrey and the Ink Demon, the Beast, and and Joey. Um, just because it's such a huge climax of the whole game, but also I keep thinking of the session that when we recorded it, because
Yeah.
it took a while. Lauren and I went over and over and did some really, really heartfelt takes. Um, and there were tears and there was sweat and there was a lot of conversation into what this moment means, who this Joey is, and who Audrey is, and who Bendy and the Ink Team and who everybody is and what it all means. There was a lot that went into that. And so for years, I've been waiting to see how it all came out and to see it all come together and to see fans playing uh, and equally vested in that moment as we all are as fans and cast members and designers and everybody. It really, really, really pays off to see it all come together. And it's very touching. It's very heartfelt. I love that moment. Spoiler. I love that moment. How about you?
For me, that's probably the Henry moment, because Henry, and also seeing Twisted Alice again,
Yeah,
the scene where she shot through the Alice bus with the Tommy gun. That was so cool to me.
yeah, that was great. You know what I also loved about seeing those characters this time
Hmm.
is you got to see them much closer and bigger and full screen than you
Yeah,
had seen before. I remember in Bendy and the Ink Machine, they were usually further away or behind glass or something like
yeah,
that, and a little blurrier, fuzzier. But now they were like up close and like, wow, they're right there and they're so beautiful. They look great, and it's all so good. It's all
it
fan
is.
service. They just did so well, not just with creating the game, the story, and all the animation, but the fan service too. They really, really just hit a home run with giving the fans what they want.
The one thing I wish we could have got, because I wish we could have saw Boris more often, because he's only like blinking and missing moments. But
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I imagine there's reason for
yeah,
that
probably.
because it's so the story driven. And
Yeah, Boris is such a nice little guy. Like, why would
I
you leave him out?
I love Forrest. You know, yeah. Maybe there'll be like a parallel game or something like that where you go
Mhm.
on Boris's journey through the there is the
Yeah, the
was it Dark Survival?
Dark Survival. Yeah.
Yeah, Dark Survival. But maybe there's another version of that, you know.
Yeah, maybe they could do like a DLC for the main game, Dark Revival. Like for Dark Revival, do like a Boris DLC or something.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
that would be interesting. There's I stumbled across a AU while watching a Twitch stream. You know, Nikki Mouse.
I
You
think
know
so. Yeah,
Nikki.
I remember
Her
you
her
mentioning her.
her whole thing is mice and she loves mice and she's Nikki Mouse. And I was
Mhm.
watching her stream and this is when we met. And she said, "Oh, I want a picture of Joey with my mouse avatar or character like on his shoulder or on his desk or peeking in on him or
Aw.
whatever that is." And so it's kind of her this concept is kind of born in her mind because that's what she wanted to see. But then I was thinking like, well, yeah, can you imagine like the world of that, like what's living inside the walls at the studio, like if there are like little mice or
That'd
whatever's
be
going
so
on,
cool.
like all those ducts and passages and secret ways that you can travel. maybe the world of rodents or insects or whatever that live and creep around in the walls. That would be an interesting kind of parallel universe to the actual main
Yeah.
gameplay. See what's going on in there, that would be
Ben-
kind of cool.
Call it Bendy and the Rodent Rangers. There you go. Maybe like they're doing something.
The
Maybe they're
rodent
trying to
rangers.
maybe they're trying to get like little supplies or something.
Yeah. No, I mean, whatever it is, that would be like maybe even like a cat or something like that.
Yeah.
Like they would see some stuff,
Yeah.
on in that studio. They've seen some stuff.
Hmm. Gosh, I
Okay.
kind of
Yeah.
want to
Hey,
dive into that now.
immediately, if you're watching and want to chat about any of this, just call me. You got my number. A boy can
Let me
dream.
do. So for the last question, Dave, we have any tips or advice you want to give to people who want to get into voice acting?
Yeah. Great question. I get this question a lot, especially from fellow actors. And now that I've become very present in the Bendy verse and the Bendy fandom, I see a lot of people that are wanting to get into voice acting. Pursue it. Keep pursuing it until you get in. What that means is get to know what voice acting is, work on your
Mhm.
skills, take classes from vocal coaches. You might be able to do an impression or two of your favorite video game characters or animation characters, but until you get with a proper coach and get some direction on how to do those things better, it might just be a skill living in your head for right now. And what I mean by that is I meet a lot of people that say, I have an interesting voice. Listen to this voice I can do, or my natural speaking voice sounds like this. People think I should be in voiceover. I hear this all the time because I have a unique sounding voice. People with accents, a lot of times I hear that, or people with high pitched squeaky voices or something like that.
Hmm.
But it's not so much what your voice sounds like, but what you can do with it. This is what happens in every single gig I get. I'll get a file of like a picture of a character and maybe a description on who they are and where they come from and what their motivations are, why they are the way they are.
Yeah.
I'll put all that together and then do a voice and send it off to the people that are casting. If I get the gig, I consider that voice my baseline voice. Okay, that's going to get me the gig. That's going to get me into the room. That's going to get me into the studio. Once you get there in studio and you're on mic, and this is with every gig, there's a sound engineer there, there's a director or producer, sometimes there's writers, and sometimes there's various other people there listening. What happens is by the time I get to the gig, I usually don't remember what I sent them unless I replay the files before the recording. When you get in there, they're going to play it back for you. This is what you sent us. And you're like, okay, great. I can do that voice again. They all go through this process of like molding you like clay. Like they'll go, okay, well, that's a great voice, but I thought he was older. Now, can you make him older so that voice has got to like get a little older now, maybe whatever that is. And then, or they'll say, I think it had a little more grit to it. So then it's got to get a little more grittier. And then they say, well, I thought he was fatter. I thought he was like maybe like 40 pounds heavier. So then you make him a little fatter and whatever, all that. And they tweak and pull and tug
Yeah.
on your voice until you get to a certain sound. And then they go, that's it. And then the engineer says, let's roll. And then that's when you're in character on mic, that's your character. That happens for every single gig. So you have to be directable. You have to be able to take that that or that direction, implement it, and then give it back. If you're someone that does a certain voice and then they say, well, that's great, try it like this, and it comes out the same, you need help. You need a vocal coach. You need to be able to accept the direction from others that are there to help you. So keep working on those skills. Work on your impressions, work on diction, pronunciation. What I find is a good way to go about it is work on what's easiest for you, most comfortable for you first. Like if you have a proper, like if you have like an intellectual dialect that kind of sounds like something like this, very articulate and maybe disc jockey-ish. Work on stuff that type of voice would apply to. If you need work on doing impressions or character voices, work on that stuff while you pursue gigs that have that voice that you can do easy. Like maybe it's messages on hold. That's a great place to start. You know, ask your friends or family or people that own local businesses, can I record your business message? You know, there's plenty of dentists that I'm their message on hold. Call to order your smile today from Dr. Teeth. Operators will be right with you. Make sure to have your insurance card ready because we're going to take all your money. So stuff like that, or whatever it is. For me, it's maybe technical gigs, reading the really high-tech gobbledygook and making it sound like you're the professional, ultimate professional, and those type of voices. Whatever it is, it never stops. Work on your skills. It's not who you know. That might have a little bit to do with it. It's not your equipment. It's not your fancy equipment. Don't invest a lot of money on microphones and this component and that component. It's like buying a race car, but you don't know how to drive. Work on your skills first. Your skills will get you all those other things. That's my advice. And if you know me, and if you want to talk to me about it, I'm always working with people that would like a hand, and I'll help you. How's that?
That was perfect, Dave. I couldn't have said it better myself.
I was so worried. I want to get these questions right, man. I want to be invited back.
Last question is favorite Joey Drew quote.
Really? Really? What is my favorite Joey Drew quote?
All right, and then favorite non Joey Drew quote. Then that's more challenging.
So somebody else's quote?
Yes, somebody else in the game. Yes.
Huh. Well, obviously, my favorite Joey Drew quote would have to be "Just a pencil and a dream." Yeah. Also, my audition, I think, was Joey's first recording, which was not me, which was recorded by the amazing David Eddings, is it? David Eddings,
Yeah.
right? And if it were not for David Eddings' brilliant version of Joey Drew in the first game, we would not have this Joey Drew that we have now, because it is based on his version. And his first recording, and I can't remember it word for word, but it is something like gosh, what is it? Imagine some, oh man.
I believe it's the There's Nothing Wrong with Dreaming one, which includes the pencil and the dream thing.
Yeah, it's like something can make you can even cheat
Believe
life
can-
itself. Believe.
Yeah,
Believe can make you this. Believe can make you that. and then he finishes it up with well, that's just a positively silly thought. So it's something like that. You know what
It is.
you all know what it is. I don't. But that line is so, it has everything Joey in it, and it gave me everything I need for Joey, because it has that showman talking out of the side of your mouth thing, and then it has those peaks, and then it kind of grovels down a little bit. And then what it has at the very, very end, when he says, that's just a positively, he kind of goes off into where he's dreaming, almost like a Jimmy Stewart quality about it, or a Walt Disney, where you kind of hear that Joey is a dreamer, and that has so much for the character to me. So that is probably well, it is a Joey Drew line, but it's not my Joey Drew line.
Yeah, that's
That
fair.
set me up for my Joey Drew. And for also, I think also for my audition, I think I actually read a Sammy line for my audition. I'm not sure, but maybe. So that the sheep, 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 it's time for sleep. That is that's another one that has so much in the character, and it's so haunting, you know. I just love it so much, and I think I read it for an audition just for the heck of it. I'm not sure, but those Sammy's a definite non-Joey, but David Eddings' version of Joey Drew is one of my that first recording is one of my favorite non-Dave Rivas Joey Drew lines. How's that?
I will definitely take that as an answer, because that's a great job, Dave.
I'm trying to be tricky with my answers, you know?
Yeah, they're definitely unique in the best way possible.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
now we can move on to the artist segment.
All right.
And this is where I'll add like a cool little transition, like a fade out or something.
All right. So when we come back from your fade out, I'm like, ooh, that was cool. Wow. That was awesome.
All right, every artist, you I'll start screen sharing, but quick little rules before we go.
Inky News Artist Showcase.
All right, is everyone ready to start?
Yes. I'm ready.
Say
And
so.
I'm speaking for everybody.
There we go, Drippy Demon again. And we got the Joey Drew quote.
Oh, look at that animation. There's nothing wrong with dreaming. Wishing for the impossible is just human nature. That's how I got started. Just a pencil and a dream.
Then little Joey Drew.
That sound like them?
Yeah. And then first up, we got Clover. Clover, you're up first.
Clover.
Hello. Can you
Hi,
hear me?
Clover. I can hear you
Hello.
really good.
All right. So this is my art. But disclaimer. The background is not mine, so I put on Google because I don't know. So oh yeah, because to make it like more accurate. Whale. So
That's
the
really
reason.
cool of you to point that out first up and be upfront about that. That's cool. I
Yeah.
like your artwork though.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks. And the reason why I drew this with like me with the characters because I like to be like in the imaginary world, in all this stuff. So yeah.
That's awesome. Now I asked this a lot, like, how did you do this? What kind of program are you using, or?
Oh, I'm using Fire Apelka. It's free.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
cool. I like it
I
a lot. What else you are working on?
Oh, I'm not sure where I'm working on. I ran out of ideas.
Uh,
Yeah.
Well, one of the tips and tricks I've learned for inspiration is just just watch one of these streams, and a lot of ideas come from all the things that happen on these streams. That's awesome, Clover.
Yeah. I think you might know me from Twitter, but yeah. I posted these on Twitter.
Yeah, I definitely recognize your style.
Yeah.
I really like your OC, your original character
Oh,
of
it's my persona. Yeah, thanks.
Is that the green character?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's me, Green Hedgehog. Yeah, it's my persona.
Yeah, it's kind of a Sonic influence for sure, right?
Yeah, I got this like from like Sonic Forces. I customized mine, and it's like, oh, I got this idea. That's my persona right there. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
that's how
With
I started.
Audrey and Alice. Alice Angel sent from above.
Wait, Evil Alice? Woo!
All right, Clover,
I'm
do you have
scared.
anything else to say about your art before we move on to the next person? Oh wait, one more thing as
Um,
well. After you do, I'm gonna ask a question. I'm gonna ask everyone.
huh? Oh, so about the hairstyle of Audrey, it is hard for me to draw though.
You did it pretty good.
Yeah, you really
Yeah.
did. I like the swirls in there. It's almost kind of reminiscent of Lucy from our gang from Peanuts, and kind of looks like a cinnamon roll.
Oh yeah, peanuts. Yeah, it's very hard for me to draw. I've been like spending my whole time drawing the hair of it. Like, yeah,
No,
I'm taking my
the hair
time.
looks great.
You did a great job, Clover.
Yeah, those two characters are my favorite characters. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask.
yeah, that's awesome.
yeah. That's that'll be all.
Okay,
Great work,
so
Clover.
great job, Clover. So
Thanks, guys.
you want the problem. All right, so from the introvert, you are up.
Hello.
Friendly.
I'm the person who made the two images on the screen right now. What's up? How we doing? Okay, so describing the art. Well, both of these pieces were made using an art software called Clip Studio Paint. As far as I know, the version that I used was a single time, a one-time transaction of like around $30 to $40, but I'd say it was worth it because this has been like my favorite art software for a long time, and I've moved from different softwares. I used one called Sketch, and then I used one on my iPad called Procreate, which is also a single transaction of $10. So anyone with like a tablet or something like that looking for a pretty good art software, I would definitely recommend Procreate. But yeah, the piece on the left is, of course, our grand old crab man, Ship Ahoy Dudley. You know, I've been recently following another artist on Twitter who absolutely adores the character, and I thought, you know what, I really want to try drawing him. And so I just sat down and started drawing him. He was a lot of fun to draw. He doesn't make too many expressions, but it was a lot of fun to try and get to imagine how he would appear with different expressions on, and just learning to draw him in general, because like it's not every day I draw someone with crab legs or an incredibly pointy nose or something like that. It was a good challenge. It was a lot of fun. And then for the one on the right, we have Audrey, also known as Queen Amok, also known as Gorgeous.
You know what? Your voice changed when you said her name.
She's pretty, man.
We have.
I have a massive crush on her. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, so this drawing was supposed to be a reference to one one massive dispute that the internet was having a few years ago. I can't remember the exact year, but it was like in the early 2010s, where there was this dress and no one could agree on the colors if it was like black and blue or white and gold. And so I thought Audrey needs to be in this. And she clearly, like, she wears it well. She's gorgeous. And this is definitely not going to be the last time I draw her, because she is a queen and she will continue to slay. You decide what type of slay she's doing.
Well, I decide that you, friendly introvert slay. You
Oh,
are
thank you.
an amazing, brilliant artist, and you are such a sweet person on top of that. And everything you do is just like, oh my God, it's so great. There's so much going on in all of your work, and I'm sorry, I'm just like taking over now, like, because I have something to say about friendly introvert. Well, just the dresses and and it's like the Audrey before and the two sides of Audrey and the coloring with each just works so brilliantly, and the poses and just, and even Ship Ahoy. It's, I mean, it's a great version of Ship Ahoy Dudley, and the crab legs and the facial expressions. And
He's a very
I'm
dapper lad.
I am always blown away by your work. And I always want to ask you, like, do you feel like you're evolving? Do you see yourself growing as an artist?
Recently
And
I've
with
genuinely started to notice all the improvement that I've been making. Because like I have this massive folder of all the art that I had when I didn't have like a tablet or a computer to draw on. I was traditional, which I don't usually do traditional anymore, but massive respect for traditional artists because it requires more patience and it's a lot less forgiving. So yeah, respect to traditional artists, but there's a lot of artwork from like years ago, back when I was still in like elementary school, back when I just discovered, okay, maybe not elementary, but like junior high school, but like it was back when I'd first discovered games like Bendy the Ink Machine, and I was still, you know, learning to, like, I didn't fully have a grasp on like anatomy or how the body works or where to place certain things. I was just more drawing for the fun of it and stuff like that. And I kept drawing for a long time. And over the years, I just look back on the older drawings that I have. And it's just like, I made that. And now I make these. And I am so proud of how far I've come as an artist.
You should be proud of yourself. And I mean, because you know, I say these things because I've sat with you multiple times and watched you draw, and I see, you know, at times where you know, you critique yourself, and we're all our own worst critics.
Oh yeah.
Say, oh, I can't do this, or I can't do that, or I, you know, but you keep tweaking and turning and twisting, just like what I was saying with my voice. You know, that you just keep twisting, bending until you get it. You know,
Yeah.
you want it, and I love that about you. And you just keep at it, and it comes out. It just comes out. It like it flows out. There's a Zen philosophy to artistry. There's a book called there's all these books on Zen and the art of archery, and uh, writing down the bones and all these things. And it's about how you do something. Zen is like how you don't work it just kind of comes. And
Yeah.
that comes from repetition and just getting so comfortable with the craft, with the art, that you don't have to think about it so much, and you don't you know, collide with your ideas or your creativity. You just go to it and you just let it come. And I see that with you, or I've seen it come over time with you. And I notice it, and I always wonder, like, how you feel about it. And it's just so cool to watch you, Friendly. You're so good.
I'm glad.
You are.
You really are.
I love your
I-
artwork, by the way.
I
Yeah.
Probably one of
Oh.
my favorite Bendy artists of recent memory.
Oh, thank you.
Fantastic. And if I may say so, this goes for I think all your art, but you do have like your lines, they're fluid and they flow, and especially with the feminine physique. It's just like those poses of, I mean, I say that and it's kind of like, but look at, I mean, just they strike fantastic poses, and the way they stance, there's a balance and a flow to them, and it's just beautiful.
They look stunning.
Well, yeah, you make them stunning for sure.
Yay. All right. And I think you wanted to ask like who the favorite character was from the game.
Yeah, I think I know your answer though.
Yeah, it is Audrey. She is
Audrey.
she is the greatest, and if she's not in the next game, if there's a next game, I'm gonna be very inconvenienced at most. Inconvenienced at most.
Inconvenienced.
Yes.
Oh yeah, of course.
Uh,
You just, for some reason, it just popped in like, well, what if Audrey has a child in the next time we see her?
Next we got Ink Bendy Cat. You're up.
Bendy Cat.
Hello, so this is my piece of art. I drew it on both on paper, then took a picture of it, and I edited it in Google, like, Edit. And the reason why I made this art is because Bendy, to me, it means so much to me, because when I first found out the game, it was like I was going through mental health problems, and like when I found Bendy, it like something I could connect with that I never could connect to before. So I'm so glad that I found Bendy. And during that time, I'm also very religious, and so I decided I never seen anyone took Bendy and put him in like praying pose. So like I want to give him an amen. So I like combining like my faith and the Bendy fandom together, because it's the two things that gives me so much joy and happiness in life, and I'm so happy that I'm able to express it through drawing.
That is so good. Bendy Cat. Thanks for hanging out. Like you've been standing by in the dark puddles for a while we do the interview. So thanks for that. And what is it? What was it that why do you feel so connected to Bendy?
He's like he's like he was locked away and like shunned because Joey did not accept him as the Ink Demon, because he was disfigured, and so he's locked away in the shadows. No one noticed, and I felt the same way back when I was younger in school, because like I had no one to go to with, like no one could connect with. So when I saw Bendy, it was like I understand what he's going through, and so like thank you Meatly for making this amazing franchise.
Wow, that is amazing. That's great. And I love your style. It's like in the style of a Bendy cartoon, a Joey Drew cartoon.
Yes.
And I don't know if I've ever seen Bendy with a halo before.
I see him as an angel, not a demon, but as an angel.
That's what I thought. That's so cool. So awesome. Is that the only one you have today?
I have more, but there's only one I want to show off because it's like the one I'm most proud of.
It's beautiful. I love the style. It's like, and even with the what do you call that when you bring the edges in like that?
I forget what it's called, but it's like a shadowy effect.
Yeah, I do that.
A vignette, I believe it's called.
Yeah, I do that on all my photos. I love that too, because it looks like it's like a scene right out of a Bendy cartoon. It's so good. I have to I'm gonna be looking at your stuff more because I want to see more classic Bendy.
I also I seen like people draw bendy characters, but like I just with mine, how I draw mine, I put like a bendy stand. So like it's the bendy head, but the standing on it. It's like a shadow.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
Yeah. So I'm just really proud of this, and that I'm so happy to show it off to Joey Drew himself.
That's so cool. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Well, you're showing it off to more than just Joey Drew. The whole world's going to see this now. Oh,
Yes.
hopefully the whole world is
Mhm.
going to.
And so my favorite bendy character would have to be the Ink Demon / Bendy. Second would be Samuel Lawrence because I kind of act like him in real life.
Oh, and what way is that?
Um,
You
a lot
walk
of
around
ways.
suspenders and no shirt, showing off your ripped abs, swinging an axe,
Well,
or
I do have a Samuel Lawrence costume.
oh, okay, cool. So you do.
Yeah. So
Alright.
yeah, thank you so much for this time.
That is so cool.
No problem.
Thanks
I'm
for
glad you
your
could be
artwork.
here.
Thanks for being here too. Thanks for waiting also.
It's been a pleasure.
Excellent, excellent work.
All right, next person is Peter Gaming. Is Peter Gaming here?
Oh man, it's so cool.
Let me see.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Let me
gosh,
see.
I love
Did Peter Gaming show up or?
I do not see Peter Gaming. Oh
Yeah,
my-
I'm scrolling down. I don't think I see the name.
Oh man.
Yeah, same here.
Is that
And they're all fine too. They did not get back to me this morning. So
kind of piece of-
Boris is terrifying.
is Boris
I love
stealing
him.
a meal?
You look goofy.
He looks awesome. And then and Bendy's kind of like, what is going on next to me? And his little arms on the table. I love this. And then that looks like Alice Angel and a little Bendy checking in. Hi. Hello. I
Oh,
just
Alex
love all
trying
the
on a new
different
hat.
styles.
Pointing up like this.
It's Alice.
And Boris's tongue all hanging out with a slice of Swiss cheese.
It's giving like the Boris one in particular is giving me like Ren and Stimpy vibes. How like his like mouth was exaggerated, which is a
Yeah.
great thing by the way. I love that show. I feel like Boris would very much do like a goofy expression like this because he's like he seems like such a goofy little guy when it comes to food. So
Singular slice of cheese. A delicacy.
Yeah.
oh, girl mate, let's see some cheese, girl mate.
Oh, I love Wallace and Gromit.
I love some cheese, Gromit. I
All right.
love Gromit.
Since Peter, oh, sorry, yeah, interrupted.
Hey, Peter Gaming. Wish you could be here, but that your submission is fantastic. I love the
It
style.
is
I love the cartoony style.
great work, Peter.
Great work.
Next person is Rune.
Hi. That's me.
Rune.
Hi.
Sure.
So I submitted a piece of digital art along with a cosplay image of mine. I am the Twisted Alice in the picture. Allison is a friend of mine who I've convinced to do this duo with me for a convention.
I'm like, you are good. You've got like a whole other body coming out of your cosplay. Like, how do you do that?
a lot of practice.
You're
A
both
lot.
characters.
A
That's
lot of
amazing.
practice.
No, that's great.
A lot of practice. No, so yeah, whenever I convinced my friend to do that, I was like, we have to do the scene from the new game. Like, it's required if we're both going to be the Alices. And that was at Holiday Matasuri, which is a Florida convention. And it was a great time, but like taking these pictures was definitely like a big highlight.
Yeah. We just
And going around, we ran into another Alice while we were there. It was like the cartoon Alice. So like we had all three Alices. The
That's
normal
cool.
cartoon Alice, the Allison, and then Twisted Alice. And like it was cool. It was like there's all of us.
you have pictures of that?
Not with me. I might have like them in a big group photo with me and like some other people, but
That's
I
great.
don't have one of those with me with just the three of us. And I edited the image, but with the you have my face and the more gold tones,
Yeah.
using this app called Pixar. It's free for the most part. There's some stuff you can pay for, but you don't have to. I didn't pay anything. And
Oh.
I didn't pay anything. I'm not paying money. But it was, it was a very good time and it's a great memory. And then with the drawing over here, I did this a few weeks ago now. I wanted to draw something a little cute, almost sticker like of, Joey, Audrey, Bendy. And I was like, oh, maybe some coffee and, by the ink machine artist rest type. Some just cute and fun. I love this drawing a lot. It is one of my favorite ones right now. Like friendly, a lot of people have said, Audrey drawing the hair is a journey. It's a journey. Big three rolls are not easy. But Joey is, I love drawing Joey. Bendy's fun. The mugs were honestly the hardest thing because mugs is kind of a weird dimension, but
Yeah.
Great fun drawing to do.
Gosh, I love everything about your work. I love you for your cosplay, and you're such an amazing artist. I love your cosplay. I think I originally saw you cosplaying Joey.
Yes, I cosplay. I love cosplaying Joey.
Well. You do so well, and I love your version of Joey, and I love how there's all these different versions, these artist renditions of all the characters, but your version is inspiring to me because if I ever decide to cosplay a character from the Bendy world, I might not have to shave my whole entire face because your Joey does have a goatee.
I just feel like it fits him. It just feels right to me.
And I like your tips on your collar and
the collar
of
pins.
everything you do. You're such a cool cosplay artist. And having said that, I'm so glad you're here. And thank you, Brandon, for including all artists.
Yeah, of course.
Pen and ink and pencil to paper and graphic artists. That's fantastic. But there's more than just that.
Yes.
Version of artistry. We have cosplay artists, we have doll artists here, and there's musicians and all those other types of artists. But I'm so glad you're here to represent cosplay. And way to go on the makeup on the that side of your face. It's so well done.
Thank you. No, we woke up at actually for this convention, we woke up at 4 a.m. and got started on getting ready in these so that we could have everything done. Because it was my friend's first time cosplaying Allison, and I knew that this makeup on my side of the face would take a while. And then we had to get to the convention and park and stuff. So we were like, it was 4 a.m. I was like, ring, 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 get over here.
Yeah, it's so well done. It's almost reminiscent of like Katrina, like Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah.
So I mean, because that's not easy to do.
No, it's not.
Nope.
It's not. It's really well done. It's such a perfect picture. You can hear them saying what is it like? You have a beautiful face, or
you have my face, and it's our face.
Yeah, it's so gorgeous. And are you in front of a Christmas tree there?
Yeah, because Holiday Metaseri is a Christmas themed event. But there are other places to take pictures, but this place has like the best lighting generally. So we were just like, well, right here, it's fine. I don't care if there's a Christmas tree in the background.
Well, and even the colors of the picture, I don't know if you did anything to the color, but it's almost like a sepia tone.
I did a little with the colors, just a little though. I didn't do a ton. I didn't want it to be I didn't want to lose the natural contrast that was already there.
It's so great. And then of course your drawing is it's just perfect. they're a happy little family there, and Audrey finally got her coffee and like coffee. Oh, yes,
Coffee.
have some.
And I know Dave, I know that you're obsessed with figuring out what kind of watch Joey has. And I was like, it's a Bendy time. It's Bendy time. Bendy watch.
And I was gonna even mention that too, and I'm like, I can see Joey's little watch there, and it's got a bendy face on it, and it's
Bendy
just,
time.
yeah. For those of you who don't know, I love seeing imagery of Joey, and he always has his wristwatch on, and I'm like, oh man, I wonder what kind of cool old watch Joey has, and now I'm starting to see. I think I don't know if it's all by you, but I'm seeing little bendy faces on the wristwatch. It's so
I
cool.
like to do Bendy faces on wristwatches. I also I like incorporating little subtle bendies in a lot of my bendy art just because it just feels fun.
and bendy faces on banjos too.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's like the hidden Mickeys you would find at
Yeah.
The hidden bendies.
The hidden bendies around the studio.
Good. You're such an incredible artist.
Thank
Mhm.
you.
Thank
It means
you.
a lot.
No, you really are amazing. And I've said this before, and it started like when in my voiceover journey, I would feel guilty because I would get a gig and I would go into a studio and read what they have on a paper, and I would read it, and then I would come out, and then I'd watch the sound engineer go to work, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And they're just sliding and moving and adding filters and doing this, and then this amazing sound comes. I'm like, wow, all I did was read a script. Look at that's real talent. And I feel the same way with this whole Bendy gig. Is I voiced a character and I put some work into it, but I mean I feel kind of guilty because I did that. But I mean, look at this. That's real artistry. You have a gift. That's real talent. It's amazing. I'm
A lot of
inspired
it's
by
inspired by you and the work of all the voice actors so it goes full circle.
yeah,
It's a
yeah,
cycle, if you
like a
will.
cycle stuck on
It's a-
repeat. Stuck on repeat.
Stuck on repeat.
I what's it called? Jeez, I had a brain fart. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah. Kudos to obviously all there's like different types of art mediums. But in
Yeah.
particular, like I give kudos to anyone who can do like doll art or cosplays or even just like traditional drawing. I can draw myself, but like all the artwork I've seen on these like not videos on the Inky News interviews so far, chef's kiss. I love everyone's artwork.
Yeah,
It's all so unique.
yeah. Yeah, all the different styles. It's so great. It's all so good. And I like how you even said like there's like a sticker style. Yeah, I see it kind of like almost looks like a refrigerator magnet or something a pin I would buy like at Disneyland or something like that of that little scene. That's really, really, really cool. Fantastic.
Ruin, can you just tell us your favorite Bendy character and then we can move on to the next person?
Well, I think my favorite character is Joey, and it's not me being biased because Dave's here. Joey I've told Dave before, it's just he's such an inspiration, like as a character. He's so complex, and he's just something about that silly man makes my brain go brr. He's so interesting to me, and I just want more of him in like the series and in like everything. He's such an inspiration.
Joey is such an interesting, complex character.
He really
I do
is.
love him.
He's more than just someone you love to hate. It's someone you love to hate to love.
Yes, I like. It's like I don't even like love to hate him. I'm like, I just like this guy, man.
Yeah, you want to side with him because he is a great dreamer and he is responsible for all this creation. But he's just maybe a little off, maybe. But yeah, if it weren't for him being a little off or wanting a little too much, we wouldn't
A
have
little
any of this.
silly guy.
It's a little silly. It's so good.
Our next person is Big Boss Maker. You're up.
Big boss maker.
It's that moment where like you're like watching everyone's stuff, and you're like, oh yeah, this is awesome. And then your stuff comes up. It's like, oh God, here I am.
Your
Yeah.
awesome stuff is now on.
So so in a lot of medium that I enjoy, a lot of times to be able to enjoy it, there has to be a character that my brain can latch onto. And when Bendy Ink Machine was new and all, Sammy Lawrence almost didn't, but not quite. And then Bendy and the Dark Revival came out, and I saw the silliest little guy ever. Try not to die. So in a lot of artworks I make, it's always like focused on Porter, but sometimes I like throw in, Sammy Lawrence, who's my second favorite character and my girlfriend's favorite. And then I also throw in Heidi because Heidi's adorable.
Oh, Heidi.
And recently I've been throwing in Lord Amok just to bully him because I just like the thought that Porter might be sassy by accident to this guy.
That is so awesome. And I feel you on all this. I love Porter so much, as well as the actor who plays Porter. Eric Braw and I have become pretty good friends over the last few months, and Heidi as well. For those of you that don't know, the voice of Heidi is Lonnie Manella. And if it weren't for Lonnie Manella, none of us would be here, because we all got this gig because we've all worked with her on other projects, and she's a vocal director and a casting director, and she's cast us in many other projects, and worked with Lauren to get a lot of us for Bendy. And so I love both those characters as well as the people who play them. Your style is amazing. I love it. And the first thing that popped into my head, what program is this that you're using?
So this is Procreate. I got myself an iPad just for it, and almost had a scare when I almost lost my Apple Pen thing, because these things are expensive. Jeez, Apple products. But yeah, it helped me a lot with like being able to draw, because on one hand, I used Fire Alpaca in the past with a Wacom tablet, which is basically I have the tablet down below, but I'm staring at the screen while my hand does its work down below. And while that did improve my hand-eye coordination kind of stuff, I still like I felt more comfortable in traditional art at the time, because I could actually touch what I'm doing. I could see and control my hand better. And that's why I have an abundant amount of Copics that I spent too much money on.
Wow.
And yeah, then I got into Procreate, which for me only cost like $7. So that was nice.
You know why I asked that? Because I was going to ask, like, what are your other mediums? Do you paint? Do you paint on canvas? Do you draw on paper?
I used to draw on paper a lot, especially during like when I was in high school and such, because I couldn't bring a tablet just to school.
Yeah.
But that pissed my teachers off so much, because often I'd like just be drawing and they'd be like, stop that. You're not supposed to be doing that. And I'm just sitting there like, man, I want to finish my comics.
Honestly, what struck me about your style initially was, I'm like, oh, have you ever taken a can of spray paint and applied it to a wall?
Not physically, but I have used the spray paint tool on Procreate.
This looks like it should be, to me, this style, it looks like it belongs on a wall. Like you need to go to your friendly neighborhood grocery store and tag up the side of the wall.
I did used to draw color figurines, like Warhammer
to
figurines.
Me, it looks like spray can art, and even the colors, like the lettering and all that, looks like a bright yellow or white paint or something like that. And just a thought. I mean, I could totally see this like here in San Diego, we have a lot of urban artists, and there's a park under the Coronado Bridge called Chicano Park, and it's all murals all over the pillars underneath the freeway. It's your style of art would go nicely over in a place like that.
I'd need to see if there's that sort of program here where I live in Germany.
Well,
Like,
in
Need to
Germany,
check that out.
wow, thanks for joining us from Germany.
Yeah,
That's
thank you.
amazing. Thank you so much. I have no idea what time it is in Germany.
Almost 9 p.m.
Well, good evening to you. Yeah, go find a nice wall somewhere. And I think you need to spray paint it, or however you, if you ever done. This looks like it belongs on the side of a building to me. That's just me. You don't have to, but I mean, that's how.
Yeah,
I see
no,
it.
I get that. I get that. I think the closest thing I got spray painting was like about watching my uncle live while he was like doing helping me do a cosplay of a
Yeah.
character. And I'd love to also cosplay Porter, but the thing is cosplay only really plays a role here when Gamescom comes around midsummer. I don't want to walk around in a completely black suit where I can just faint again.
Wow.
Because that has happened when I had like a full armor kind of cosplay set, and that is not fun, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Hydrate. Take care of yourself. Hey,
Mm.
Big Boss Maker. I have someone I would like to introduce you to, a close personal friend of mine, and your art is so good. I feel like I have to share this with a close personal friend of mine, who is going to be coming into our chat momentarily. Hello. Oh, Audrey.
Oh,
Audrey, I would like
Hi.
you to meet a friend of mine, Big Boss.
hi, Erin.
Hello, dear. How are you?
Hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
then
I'm Clover
My daughter,
from
Audrey.
Twitter.
Spoiler.
Oh,
Audrey, say hello to the nice man, Brandon.
Hello. Hey,
well,
Erin.
hello, Brandon. It's so good to see you all. Oh my
Long time
gosh.
no see.
I
And
know, right?
and this
Here
is
we
Big
are.
Boss Maker, who I am encouraging to go out and spray paint a wall in her neighborhood.
Yes.
Be gay, do crimes. That's simply the motto.
Well, you know what? Here in San Diego, we have an area where the urban artists go, and it's all like concrete walls in like a block,
Mm.
and it's what is it? They're actually even called like writer's block. They're called writer's block.
Cool.
And urban artists can go there and just tag up the walls, and then like they fly people in from all over the world to spray paint a mural or to paint a mural on the side of a wall, and then somebody else comes in the next week and it's fantastic. It's a city block of walls for urban artists. It's really cool. So if you can't find a wall in Germany where it's legal to do that, come on out to San Diego and I'll take you to Writer's Block.
Yeah, I'd check it out because maybe I can draw one of my favorite characters from a show that's so incredibly niche that I guarantee no one in this call or who's gonna watch this knows the show. So the
What is
show
that
is
show?
called I Am Empty. It's no one knows it. Nobody knows it, I guarantee.
We're gonna make
Huh.
So niche.
I
So
am
incredibly
empty.
niche.
Reminds me of I'm sorry. Reminds me of Big Boss Maker. Big Boss Maker. Jeez, I can't talk. I'm in the same position because I always talk to like my friends about like classic Hanna-Barbera cartoons, like certain ones, like really obscure ones. Like, have you ever heard of Lippy a Lion? Like, and they're like, no, who the heck is that? And like, so I understand that like struggle of like having like a really obscure show you like, or a really niche show. So I understand that. Sorry to share that.
Yeah, hyperfixations make me go through crazy lengths because it's also from China, which a lot of stuff from China are hard to like get content of.
Yeah.
So I have been using Google Translate to find my way through all types of Chinese like websites, and there was even a movie release for this niche show that was only available in a Chinese website, only with Chinese subtitles. So I sat there for an hour and a half with my phone out with Google Translate, pausing, unpausing the whole time.
That's dedication.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to learn the language one day.
And Big Boss Maker, may I ask you who your favorite Bendy character is?
Considering who's on the screen, Porter is my favorite, with Sammy Lawrence being a close second, and then Heidi.
Nice. Aw.
I hope we get to see more of Porter in the future. I hope we get to see a more of every character, but Porter was such an underrated character. Like he needs to have that big comeback.
I still like how in the archives they say that Sammy Lawrence had the flow ability before Porter and such, but we get our flow ability from Porter. So my question is, who gave it to Porter?
Oh.
Yeah, that's also a good question.
Absolutely.
Like an adventure game where you're swinging around with a grappling hook to find out. That would be cool. Like a little side
That'd
game.
be so cool.
Yeah.
Next person, I forgot I got to click. Next person is Wolby22.
Nice.
Is Wolby in the call? Let me see.
Wolby, are you here? I don't see Wolby in the lineup.
They are not here. Hold on, let me look right quick.
But
I think
obviously just brilliant. Oh my gosh, the subject matter is just fantastic. There's a couple different mediums going on here, I think.
Yeah.
Into drawing extremely handsome people.
I really like the one on the right. Like I like both of these, but I really like the one on the right, like how like you can see like the coloring that was done, or the shading that was done on Joey's suit.
Yeah, the one on the right actually looks like almost like some charcoal or grease, some kind of grease pencil or something like that. Very well done. And then the one on the left, I can't.
I mean, that looks like either paint.
I think is that a program or is that like a chalk or something?
It looks like either a program or like paint to me.
It's yeah, definitely different shades of Joey.
The left one reminds me like someone drew on like a paper and then pulled it onto a digital program to overwork it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like a digital program at first, but then when you look at it, it kind of looks like some chalk or pastels or something going on there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, and gosh, that look on Joey's face is kind of.
Yeah.
It's like you caught him early in the day and he's great on the right, and then later on, it's like, nope.
When someone tells you your dreams don't come true.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
On the right looks like it's a sketch.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the beginning on the right, it looks like at the right, he's like, Mr. Cohen, I'd like to talk to you about an idea I have. And then on the left, he's going like, what do you mean we can't afford it?
Oh,
The
I
amount
love
of
it.
contrast the amount of contrast these two images have is amazing.
Yeah.
The facial expression.
Mm-hmm.
oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't even know if and like on the one on the right, is that like shading going on behind Joey, or is that like a bend in the paper? Because it almost looked like clouds or something. It's really
Yeah.
subtle.
Yeah,
I
look
like
very
it.
nice.
Very
Whoa.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Next
Wolby, if
person
you're
is-
listening, great work. Wonderful.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Great job, Wolby.
Yeah. Great job.
Next person is Mika Works, who
Mika's here.
Yes.
welcome.
Mika,
Mika.
with us. Talk about your stuff. Wow, look at that.
I know.
Look at those different styles. Mika, can you unmute and talk
Oh
about?
wait, I think Mika was the person who told me that.
Oh, okay, because we got to be quiet at Mika's house.
Yeah,
Oh.
they were the one who told me they couldn't talk. So
We'll
let me look in the
wake
chat real
everybody
quick.
up or something. Well,
Pull the
Mika,
chat up. One
If you
second.
can't hear, we'll just whisper. That's
Yeah.
it. We'll be very
Let's see.
quiet. Right?
Let's see.
Very quiet.
Psst, your art is amazing.
Yes. This is beautiful. Yes.
Let's see.
well, the
Try
one
not
on
to say
the
anything
right
too loud,
looks
will
like
you?
it could be an album cover from the
Yes.
Joe Drew All-Star Music
Yes.
Review.
It does, doesn't it?
All right,
Yeah.
so Mika said the program I used is a mobile app called IBS Paint.
IBSP.
No,
never-
IBIS Paint.
Oh,
I
I'm like,
miss paint.
Ibis Paint.
Ibis Paint.
IBIS Paint.
Ibis Paint.
Thank you.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
You're
terrible
welcome.
pronouncing stuff.
Hmm.
Let's see. Um,
And so on the one on the right, was that inspired by the Joey
Oh.
Drew
it
music review?
says, according to Mika, the one on the right is from a demo crossover.
Yeah, Demo's like
We-
a very sad, tragic game, I believe.
Oh.
But it's very nice. It's very beautiful. The art is amazing as
Oh.
well.
Well.
Like it's a sad, tragic kind of thing.
mhm.
I played Demo when I was a little kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
on my
that's-
phone.
Demo,
It's my
huh?
childhood. Yeah, it's my childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
Well, I gotta check out
That's
Demo
good.
now. It's
I'm gonna have a
there-
list
there-
of things
there's
that I'm
a-
gonna have to
there's
look
a
up.
Tom.
Apparently, Mika said the DLC is really expensive, so
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
it's a beautiful
Yeah.
rhythm game, though.
Oh.
where's Alice?
Sweet. And then, of course, on the left, that it looks kind of anime inspired
Mhm.
or
It's a darling.
beautiful.
It really is.
Mhm.
It's amazing.
Yes. Oh, I love that. The one on the
Yeah.
left is Alice going hat shopping late
Yeah,
at
there's
night.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's Alice going hat shopping. Beautiful.
That's
Wow.
perfect. Oh.
Keep scrolling up, my stupid mouse, my MacBook mouse. Keep scrolling up every time it's a new entry.
We love it. Oh my
Same.
gosh.
We love that.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I love how just like the hat shop is just so subtle in the background, you know? It's just
Oh
like,
yes.
Yeah.
It's so nice. It's there, but it wasn't the first thing that I didn't catch my eye at first, you know?
yeah.
At first I just see this beautiful, beautiful being in the foreground, and I'm just like mesmerized by that. But yes, the hat shopping, the hats, they're there. I love it. This is amazing.
Yeah, there's a hat.
There's
The flow
hat.
of hair looks very nice. I liked how the hair flows.
Yes, I
Yeah.
know, right?
She's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Like your
Mhm.
little nose, your little mouth,
Oh, their little nose and her big eyes.
big, beautiful eyes.
Oh.
Mhm.
I noticed the horn is sticking out of the hat. That's so cute.
Oh yeah.
That's perfect. The detail,
Great job,
good eye,
Mika.
Brandon.
Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, that too almost looks like it could be like it's pencil to paper or charcoals or something. Just so good. It's
Mika
hard to
said-
tell, you
Sorry,
know, with
David.
these days with digital art, and you know, it's just a lot of it looks so real, like it's actual pen or pencil or charcoal or
Mhm.
something. So
Mhm.
good.
Mika
Mhm.
said thank you. Thank you, by the way, to everyone. Mika said thank you in the chat. So
Aw.
Mika,
You're
thanks
welcome.
for joining us, and your artwork is beautiful, and
Mhm.
I hope you have earbuds in so you don't wake people up at your house, whatever time it is at your place. And you know, maybe we'll talk sometime in the future.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
and to
Yeah.
end the and to end this segment. Oh, it's 3 a.m. Mika said at their place.
Wow.
Whoa.
Jeez.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow. You are
Thank you.
dedicated.
So much
Thank you
for
for
getting
being
on
here.
Thank you for
Yeah.
joining us. I appreciate how much around the world we have from people. We got people from Germany, people from San Diego. We got people from
Mhm.
where did you say? People from all around the world. In other words,
Mhm.
and I'm really happy that we were able to
From
grow
the
such a little community.
Philippines.
The Philippines.
Out of the
Yeah.
Philippines.
Oh, I lived there for 5 years.
Did you?
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow. My daughter is part Filipino, and so we've been almost every day. Mom, when are we going to go to the Philippines? Mom, when can we go to the Philippines? Like
Have you been to the Philippines, Erin?
I have not. Her dad went when he was like 12, but he's just been he was living in South Carolina and then living here in Oregon for all those years, but he only went when he was a young kid and has not gone back. And now we have our daughter who's part Filipino, and she's just like, I want to go, I want to go, I want to go, I want to go. Oh.
There was I was at a rehearsal last night for this other thing I'm working on, and when we checked in at the rehearsal, everybody has to, state their name and the pronouns and what character they're playing, and then like a sense, whether it's vision, hearing, or smell, or something that makes you feel nostalgic in a good way. And one of the people said when she goes to the Philippines, when she comes out of the airport in Manila, there's a certain smell in the air, and it's a combination of pollution or whatever other smells are in the Philippines. And she said, but no, it's like it's a good
Smell, but it's the
good
mix of
smell that
diesel fuel.
warms her heart, and she feels like she's home in the
Yep.
Philippines. And I
Yep.
just heard that last night. So Mika, if you know what I'm talking about, I was thinking about you last night before I met you.
Wow.
Wow.
It's so funny you say
I've
that
been
because
thinking, and
Patrick
it
has
stuck
said
with me. I've
that.
been thinking about that because I live here really close to the southern border. Like Mexico is 17 miles from my backyard. And so same thing, when you cross over the border into Tijuana, Mexico, there's smells, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm in Tijuana. And it's you think of food, you think of culture, you think I'm in another country. It's really good. So thank you, Mika.
Yes.
Then
Thank you.
Always wanted to
Aw.
draw stuff sentimental, melancholic, value, sometimes even nostalgic.
I love that.
now, Mika,
Aw.
really quick. You type in the chat who your favorite Bendy character is. Like I do with everyone else.
Nico.
Suspense.
I have a question for you, Erin.
Yes.
Have you traveled to Puerto Rico?
No, I haven't, and I would love to go to Puerto Rico. Is that where you are?
No. I traveled there. I went there was a little kid to visit my cousins.
Oh man, tell us about it.
Huh?
Tell us about your experience. Like, when Dave was even talking about those scents and everything, do you have any special scents that remind you of your trip to Puerto Rico?
Oh. Wait, was something connected?
What is it?
Wait, what is something
Oh, yeah,
connected
no, the
to Dave?
scents. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I was just thinking, like, for your trip, was there anything? So Dave was thinking about scents and how certain scent memories remind him of the trips. And so I was just wondering if you had any scent memories of your visit to Puerto Rico. Like, if there's anything that reminds you of it, if you walk into certain stores, or if there's like a certain restaurant scent or anything.
I try to remember. I remember that we were like on the car, like we were driving, and there was like some sort of the landscape. I saw the landscapes over there and there, and we went to that I don't know, it's like where they buy those souvenirs. And outside, and I used to buy the dolphin one. I forgot. I think it's a dolphin or a shark. I don't know. I think it's a necklace, but I don't remember.
Nice.
Hey,
You know what? Huh?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, Clover. I have, speaking of nostalgia, I have something that it's kind of nostalgic. It's like it makes you think of an old friend. Like when you hear a certain sound, you think of an old friend that you haven't seen for a while. Maybe this voice will help you remember something nostalgic. Hello?
Oh, there's Allie Murphy, the voice of Bendy. Wow.
That's right. Allie,
Clover,
are you
you're
with us?
good.
There she is.
Hello.
Boys and girls and everybody
Oh
else.
my god.
Hello.
Friend
Welcome
that
to
we
Inky
don't see
News.
enough of.
I am
Hello,
so
hello.
sorry. I'm so sorry I'm late. My session went well over, but I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's great to see and hear you. Finally.
Allie.
Look at all this
Also,
beautiful stuff going on here.
we got an answer from Mika, by the way, what their favorite Bendy character is. Where did I find that? They
Oh,
said Ink, and Toon, Bendy, and Audrey are the three favorites.
Yeah, that's great.
I
Oh,
I
that's
some. Oh, sorry. I
So,
saw.
Allie, what's happening is we're going over some fan art right now, and we're in a chat room with about, I don't know, about 10 to 12 artists or so, and we're just kind of going through it.
11 artists.
Oh, 11. That's my favorite number.
And
11.
Aaron's here, and Brandon is our host.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. So lovely to see you.
It's so lovely to see you, Allie. Mwah,
Have you
mwah.
been?
Very nice to meet you.
Betty.
My camera keeps freezing. I don't know why. Sorry about that.
Oh,
You're fine.
Alas,
All right,
tragedy.
Ready for the next person, guys?
See what you got.
We got Maria, 3.
Oh
Ooh,
Wow.
nice.
That's fantastic.
I love it. Yes.
Oh my
Hello.
God.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That is
Oh my
so
God, it's nice. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I didn't expect you, Erin and Lily, to be here. I didn't
Aw.
expect that.
yeah.
It's kind of big surprise.
Aw.
Maria.
Do-do.
That is
Oh,
fantastic.
boo-boo.
Well, what's going on here? Can you tell us about your rendering
Art?
here?
Yeah, it's practical joy character in a Bendy world. And I made it in Gacha and edit on Ibis Paint. That's how the program is made.
Mm-hmm.
It's so
It took
good.
me 6 hours.
Wow, it's amazing.
Oh, cool.
Can I tell you, this literally looks like me when I was about 6 years old.
Very much.
With a mustache and
Really?
everything.
That straight mustache. Just
I love it.
Really? I
The
didn't expect that.
hair, the facial expression, the big old eyes like that. That is totally me at 6 years old. And of course, I love the style, the clothing, and of course, the wristwatch.
6-year-old Dave right there.
It
With the
totally is. I
mustache.
will find a
Chauffeur.
picture and send you a picture. That looks like me under my Aunt Pauline's Christmas tree.
I
Wow.
love it.
Wow.
It's so good. Wow. And is this kind of your style, Maria? Do your other characters look similar to this in this
If I
style?
tell you yes,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
practically made the gacha with these characters, and after I edited them when I
Mhm.
have time.
Oh, it's so good. Is
So good.
what's going on behind Joey's pants? Is it like a cape or is it like a bagginess or what's going on?
It's like when I salute to you, like now, like a salute, like a hello to wave to someone.
Mm.
Uh-huh. It's so good.
It's
And then
adorable. It's
I
so
I
adorable.
love it.
this looks like a doll. Like it
Mhm.
should got like a plushie.
Yeah.
No, maybe
Yes,
not.
it should
It
be.
it seems it's from Gacha. Yeah, Gacha game.
Mm.
Yeah, Gacha Club.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Gacha Club.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, Maria.
I want this as a doll.
Right, me too. And the eyes, there's something very mesmerizing about the eyes, you know, like I wouldn't say it's necessarily golden, but there's just this light in the eyes that are very,
It's
very alluring.
like brown, is I going to
Mhm.
say. I watched a tutorial about it, and
Mm.
It's like glass. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Cool.
Beautiful.
That's like
and
looks
I
like Joey
Amazing.
put some
up
stars
before
in
he
his,
ever bought a comb.
and I put some of the stars in his eyes. So as you cannot see,
It's beautiful.
yeah.
It's so good. I have to look at I have to find you on Twitter or wherever you are so I can look at more of your artwork. It's adorable. I love this.
You did an incredible job, Maria.
Yes.
Incredible.
Incredible.
you.
Ink-spiring. Inktastic.
Thank you. I don't know what to say right now. I'm so happy.
Aw,
Oh.
we are too. Thank you for sharing yourself and your creativity with us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're saying plenty with what you've presented to us with.
Mhm.
It's just beautiful. It's wonderful. Thank you.
Now, Maria, who's your favorite Bendy character?
Yes, I actually do. I have a lot of favorite characters in this game. Audrey, Joy Drew, Henry, Stein, Bendy, Demon, Wally Franks.
Wally Frank stands.
Oh,
Love Wally Franks.
Wally Franks.
It's this game is in my heart. I love it so much. I love it. When I was little, my sister showed me a video, and after I watched a lot of videos, I became a fan. So
Fantastic. Such good artwork. I gotta find more of your stuff. It's so beautiful. Well done.
Great job.
thank you. I'm so happy.
Thanks
Aw.
for being here.
I'm happy you're here too, along with everyone else, all the other artists and the other voice actors who joined us. All right. So next we're down to the last two people, everyone.
two
We
people more.
We got Rhea, the voice actor, who I do not think is here yet. On stage. Here's the second to last person then. Pat.
Oh my
Catalyst.
goodness.
Cat.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Yay.
gosh, Cat.
Woohoo.
Seriously. So good. So good.
Where's he voice?
So good. And once again, thank you, Brandon, for inviting artists of all kind.
Mhm.
And you know, it's more than just pencil and paper and
That's what art's
virtual
all
art.
about.
I
You gotta
mean, we
express
have
your creativity.
cosplayers and doll
Mhm.
makers.
No matter
It's
what.
just
Mm-hmm. Amazing. I
love it.
love.
Yeah. You just finished this too.
Yes. No,
Mhm.
I was trying to make sure that I could get this done in time for this because like I was so excited to see everybody's art and I'm like, maybe I could be a part of it. That would be cool.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah,
Wow.
but also gotta give a shout out to my girl Baby Lack over there because like if she hadn't come over with her dolls last time, I don't know if I would have had the courage to come here with mine. Like I'm not somebody that shares my art a ton, so it's like, hey, really cool to see I'm not the only one doing this, and it's cool actually.
It's
Yeah.
so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
It
It's
is
so
cool.
cool.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so to give you an idea of what you're looking at, I'm an artist of many mediums, but this one is doll customization. And we take like playline fashion dolls and we modify them to be different characters. Sometimes it's something original, sometimes it's our favorite stuff from a fandom. I have been doing this since about November of 2018, and Twisted Alice was actually my first doll, and this is a refurbishment of her. because I was inexperienced at the time. Her materials got a little deteriorated and she needed help. So I decided to do her and Joey together and get them done for this, and it was such a good time. It's a lot of sewing, it's a lot of painting, it's using watercolor pencils and sealant to draw on the faces. It's so much fun. And also a lot of glitter because I have no self-control.
Wow.
And just a
Wow.
couple of days ago, Joey had long hair like a mullet.
Oh my gosh, I need to post that photo at some point because it's such a funny behind the scenes moment. So the hair is
Oh,
made
I
out of
wanna see
yarn
that.
that's brushed out with like a wire pet brush. And then I have to, cut it with an eyebrow razor to length so that it's, where it needs to be. And he had quite a look before we got to that stage.
I love it.
Are you going to post that? I want to see.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, I
Yeah.
can
Love to
make
see
that
that.
happen later on Twitter.
Yes. Nice.
So can I brag about you a little bit, Kat?
Dave, I would be honored.
Well, no, I'm honored because again, like I'm just a guy. I'm just a voice guy. I speak on microphone. That's my talent. But you are a multifaceted artist. And for those of you that are here with us in the chat, if you don't know, I first met Catalyst when she did some artwork for the Joey Drew All-Star music video. You designed, was it Bertram Piedmont's album?
Yeah, Bertram and Angus
Ooh.
and oh gosh, Dale Little.
And Dale
Little.
yeah, great work on that. And from that moment till now, you are like, you're such a leader. You always have words of wisdom and calm for anybody else I see you talking to and inspiring. You're always in on Twitch streams and Discord streams, and you're always supporting others, and that is so important and so special. And I think you're so cool for that, and just an amazing artist.
Agreed.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Y'all are incredibly sweet. Thank you so much.
Now, here's a W
yeah.
for you.
You're welcome.
We love you, Kat.
Thank you.
We
I love you
love
all
ya.
too. Oh my
Lots of
goodness.
love.
Can
It's
I
just-
also share what I said about your Joey and Alice doll pics the other day too?
Absolutely, please do.
When I see this, and Baby Lack did this too, like she posed her dolls like at the Grand Canyon, and she took pictures of the wall and stuff like that.
Yeah.
To me, that's such an interesting backstory of how they got there. And Kat did these pictures like in her backyard, and they're like, they look like they're on a date or something, or they're having a nice day, or like what. I want to know what the setting is or how they got here. So I'm like, can we put your dolls? Can we do like a storybook or something?
Oh,
Like
That'd be
take
so
pictures
cute.
and put them in different settings and in different places, and then like just write a little caption, or maybe put some like fume, caption bubbles over their heads or something like that.
No, absolutely. At
That's
some
such
point,
a
I'd
good
love to do
idea.
that.
I would just, if you do, you do. But I mean, to me, that's what this. I mean, it's you're there. You're so there. It's already speaking to me, but I'd like it. Just you see something so good, you just want more, and so I want.
Aw, you're incredibly sweet, Dave. Thank you. No, it's like, oh man, the photography element of it is really funny because I've actually been doing photography longer than I've been doing dolls. It's just, it kind of pivoted in that direction because I haven't had a lot to photograph in a while. So it's really nice to be able to, marry some of my different loves together. And that also goes for like, I like doing character design. So I didn't get to really design these guys so much as adapt designs to what bases I had, but there's something really fun and satisfying about being able to say, hey, I made a character and they're 3-dimensional and I can hold them in my hand.
Wow. Whoa.
All right.
Yeah, whoa.
I have a feeling our two guests here are really going to enjoy the next two because Audrey and Betty are next. It's going to take a while. I'm a little
Ooh.
burnt out, but
Ooh,
we're going to get to them at some
yay.
point.
I want to see.
Good luck, Kat. Can't wait to see them.
Thank you.
Oh, here.
I'm gonna go back to.
Lumi wants to say hi.
Oh, Raya's
Hey,
here.
Lumi.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
I'm gonna see if Rhea is showing up or not. Let's see.
Oh,
I'm pretty
I'm
sure this is
checking.
Raya. She's somebody that I'm working with on projects at the moment, and
Oh,
her work is
Raya.
phenomenal.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah,
there's
it's
a
I'm sorry for
kitty.
mispronouncing your name, then Raya.
There's a
So,
I'm
kitty.
so sorry.
while
Let's see.
we're waiting on a response from them, how's Alvin Murphy? We haven't seen you in a while.
I know. So sorry. It's been a bit bonkers, which is a
No,
good
it's good
thing.
because you
But
had your mom and you went on vacation and you
yeah, and I've been recording a true crime podcast, which seems to take up
Ooh.
many of my hours, but it's a lot of fun. It's very interesting. So,
Oh, that's
I
fun.
Oh,
I'll let you know when it's out. But
oh,
yeah.
yes, you have to.
All right, I sent the message. We just gotta wait.
all right.
Right?
Well,
And
about Puerto Rico, I sometimes don't remember my experiences because it was way back. So, yeah. And by the way, I'm Puerto Rican, just like my parents.
Nice.
Yeah.
Aw.
very nice.
While we have a moment, I'd like to take a moment to once again thank Erin Lehn for voicing one of the best fictional women I've ever seen. Immaculate, beautiful. You too, Allie. Beautiful. It was such
Oh
a
no,
treat to
nothing on
meet
Erin.
Betty. Beautiful. Thank you.
Aw, thank
Love
you.
Oh.
Aw.
Erin's
Oh,
the
Guys,
queen.
thank
You're gonna be hearing that a lot. The Queen.
we
I
love
love
ya.
we love
Hail Queen Amok.
oh my gosh, right. I love that so much that we're just doing all this stuff together and we get to work off of each other and the artwork that you create and then yeah, just all of this. I love that we get this beautiful reciprocal like joy of just being in each other's worlds, you know, and how can we just continue to like creatively express that joy. So thank you, sweetie. Thank you. You're amazing.
Oh, okay.
How's
Okay.
Mika
Bye,
going?
Mika.
Bye,
Mika's headed out.
Mika. Okay.
Bye.
See you,
Bye,
Bye,
Mika.
Mika.
Take
Have
care,
a
Mika.
fabulous
joining
day.
us.
Bam, bam. Bam, bam.
Bye bye.
Keep creating.
Daisuke.
Bye.
Go
Bam,
back to
bam.
bed.
Thanks for joining us.
Before we go any
I gotta
further,
mute
is
for a
there
second.
any chance I could maybe share my favorite character?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
shoot. Did
Oh,
you not do that? I forgot. Kat,
No, we
sorry.
didn't get there.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
not that it's like a hard answer. I mean,
No.
Twisted Alice over there by far, but also Sammy Lawrence is our guy. We love him
Aw.
so much.
and
Okay.
and
Okay, I'm good.
Thank you. I
Look
almost
at that
forgot. Thank you.
puppy.
No,
Oh,
it's all
I-
good. I love that
Alright.
part, getting to hear everybody's favorites because we all have so many favorites. and
I
favorites.
want to share my other favorite characters as well.
Oh, did you
Oh,
not
for
get the viewing
sure.
quota? Okay,
So
good.
yeah, okay. So there's Audrey, Allison, Boris, Tom, and my favorite villain is evil Alice.
Immaculate
I'm scared
taste.
her.
Immaculate taste, Clover.
Yes,
I'm scared her.
Clover. You're amazing.
Yeah, and
Oh.
Porter
I
as
think
well
Rye
because
just
he
joined.
slayed. He
Rhea.
slayed. Who joined?
Rhea's in the room. Is it Rhea or Raya?
Oh, hi, Raya.
Raya. Hello. Hello.
Oh wait, remember that.
Oh, she's gonna be on mute.
Chat.
Yep, they are here. I will mute now.
All right. Hello.
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 We'll
Hello.
try to we'll try to be
Hello,
quiet.
hello.
We'll be quiet. Should we be quiet?
This is
Lumi
me.
will be quiet.
Quiet over here.
Oh,
So what is going on here, Raya? I love your take on the ink demon. The ink demon, your style is so cool.
That grin too.
Yes. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Spooktastic.
I love what you've done with the light as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. It is.
He's like
He-
thin and wiry and got the spines and
Mhm.
spikes.
Mm-hmm.
I like the glowy eyes.
It almost
Mhm.
looks like armor. It's so
Raya said,
Mm-hmm.
geez, I lost it. There we go.
He's part
Raya said,
cartoon, parts. Oh, go ahead, Brandon.
sorry. Wait, I just lost it again. Jeez, there we go. Okay. So Raya said this is first. They said this is so exciting. Then they wrote, "This is my version of the demon called Inky," and then they said what Erin was about to say. It's part cartoon, part serpent, part demon like canon.
Wow.
Wow.
Whoa.
Amazing.
Whoa.
yeah. Now I'm seeing the tail and all that.
Oh yeah, I can tell by the tail.
It's amazing.
It's
a 3-in-1.
Incredible. Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
what part of the world are you coming to us from, Raya, where we have to be quiet? Is it like 3 in the morning where you are, or are you like in school right now in a class?
We're gonna
Just
get
sneaking in with the
trouble.
phone, like.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
you're texting us under the table. That's awesome.
No one can hear us. Totally not. Like there isn't a teacher standing there just listening to us. Like, what is
Hello?
that?
Hello?
Oh, hello.
Hello, who's there?
Hello.
Oh, hi,
Is that you,
Wyatt.
Raya?
Hello.
Hello.
I love your art.
This is thank you so much, guys. This is such an honor being here.
Aw.
I'm glad.
Aw.
And I love the look, the expression on
Mhm.
Ink Demon's face. It's
Yeah.
there's
And a
like
cheeky.
yeah. Well, there's some yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
going on.
He's a cheeky devil.
It's amazing. You are very talented.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit behind the story about how where your creative license came into play on this particular artwork? Sorry, my kitty cat was distracting me a little bit, but yeah, tell us a little bit behind it.
Oh, cute kitty. Kitty, Erin. Cute kitty.
It's a kitty.
Lumi.
Lumi.
Oh, pretty kitty.
There we go. Lumi.
Lumi.
Lumi. There she goes. Go and see Lumi's. Lumi's
Oh.
tiny.
Oh my god.
Here, let's see.
ew.
I gotta pet myself. Hold on, let me see if I can get her.
Aw.
When I was younger, I used to own 16
Hold on, let
guinea
me.
pigs.
Let's see.
Wow. Aw.
So cute.
Aw.
Puppy.
This
Aw, she's so
is Brownie.
Oh,
It's a
Brownie.
Hi,
puppy.
Granny.
Brownie.
Hi, Brownie. Hello, darling.
Say hello, Brownie.
Brownie, you sure are cute.
Want to scratch the behind the ear?
He's so cute.
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. A little scratch behind the ear. Aw,
Oh, puppy.
She's a pretty lady.
she's a pretty
Pretty,
lady for sure. Tell her she's got a fan club.
Yeah. And also, I wouldn't forget
Love
for
it.
the
Cannot
occasion.
forget that.
Iguales. Oh no. I mean,
Bendy wise. Oh my god.
who is
So
Boris? Look, it's
Oh, near that
Boris.
Oh,
Make
let
a
me
squeaky
get-
noise.
All right. I can't be going because my dogs will go nuts if I had the squeaky noise that's inside of them. So my
Oh.
dogs would go, huh? What's that? So
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Aw,
I didn't know Boris squeaked.
well, this is the first. I had the first run of them where like if you
The
bought
first
pre-order
squeaking
them on the
Boris?
Bendy store. Yeah, like, well, on the original Bendy store way back when, if you bought like a bundle 3-pack of them, like pre-ordered them, like before they came out officially, you could like, get speakers in them.
That is
Ah.
so cool.
That's so cool.
A collector's
ma-
edition.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
Totally.
And you can tell it's OG because it says the Meet the Game still on the tag.
Wow.
Not Joey Studio.
Whoa. Whoa.
Official.
Whoa.
That was
Whoa.
official.
Forrest, I'm gonna put you back now, right?
Where's the OG?
Whoa.
Yes.
Wiki OG.
Whoa, guys. Whoa. Whoa.
I'm waiting for Sammy Lawrence merch to come back so I can get some.
Mhm.
Oh, Debbie.
I'm sobbing, and I'm also waiting for official Porter merch in general.
Same.
Yes.
Yes, right? Anything, right? Anything at all.
Please
Audrey.
You twos get on it.
give me
Yes,
like
right.
a stress ball Porter. Just hold.
Paul Porter.
Yes, right?
I wish I have those Porter plushies or something because Porter Slade.
Oh my god, I would love one of those.
Yes, that would be sweet.
I want those.
Squeeze and hug and stuff.
I
Even
got
have like a
Allison.
rope.
Oh,
I have to sneak out. I'm gonna go to an appointment, but I'm so happy that I gotta spend this time with you all.
Sly
I just wanna make
Cooper.
sure-
Thank you, Aaron.
Aw.
Aaron Sly
Aw.
Cooper.
It was lovely to see you
love
again,
you.
Aaron.
See you, Aaron.
We love you, Aaron.
Darling.
Thank you for joining us.
From my
Hail
heart
to the
yours.
queen.
Oh,
Audrey's off to get a cup of coffee.
Yes.
that's right. That's exactly it.
Right, Joey. Right.
Cool. Okay, hopefully I'm gonna sneak on tonight and watch the replay. So hopefully I'll
Yes.
see you in just a few
Yes.
hours.
All right,
Aaron.
see you,
See
Aaron.
ya.
Be like Sly
Bye,
Cooper.
loves. Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh,
Sneak like Sly Cooper.
I love
See you,
Hail
Aaron.
to the queen. I miss her already.
Mm.
Can
Alright,
you
so-
I have
imagine?
this little Funko of Inky.
Hey.
Oh, look at that. I know.
Yeah, quick question.
Yeah.
Who's
Had
your,
this for all the time when I was in the Bendy community.
Yeah, that's you can
Wow.
tell that's old too. He's all white, black and white.
Where's the
oh
ink?
yeah,
Ink demon.
I've been I took my Boris little Funko Pop on vacation with me to both my vacations. I didn't get many pictures, but
Oh my god.
I was trying to.
You ever like get pulled aside and you have to open your luggage at the airport and they're like, "Oh, here's the sir, can you explain this inky demon in your bag."
Whoa, Joey.
I visited America once to visit my girlfriend, and I remember like I was 21 at the time, and when I was on my way back to like get a flight back to Germany, I was through like the security, and then the woman looks at me and goes, "Where's like your parents and all?" And I'm like, "What?" And it's like, "Yeah, you're very young," and I'm like, "I'm 21 years old, ma'am," and she says like, "Why do you look like a 12-year-old?" And I just was gobsmacked. I was like,
Oh my god.
Oh
can-
wow.
what
I
can
had that happen to
say?
me a couple days ago. It was pretty
Wow.
funny.
Like after that, I'm like, what am I supposed to say? I'm sorry. I'm sorry I look like this.
Yeah,
Genetics.
no, embellish it, appreciate it, because enjoy it
Yeah.
while it lasts.
Don't worry. It's only because of my height that they mistook me like that.
Aw.
Oh.
And then I ordered at McDonald's for the first time in America.
Some people think I'm 18, but I'm not.
Oh, don't worry. I get that way. Whenever like I
Yeah.
was younger, they would all like a lot of people I would go around saying, "You look older than your age."
I was like, no, I'm
I
not.
was like,
Bro, what?
huh? Exactly.
McDonald's.
Yeah, I was like, hey, yo, what? Whoa, there. Whoa, that's a step out. Not playing.
What'd you think of McDonald's?
I tried to like get a Sprite, like like just a small Sprite. I asked, and
Oh,
they gave
my
me a
gosh.
bucket essentially, and I just
Yeah.
stared at that. I was like,
Oh my gosh.
I got
Yeah.
the Mc.
Oh,
You have to get the bucket size because it's usually only 5 cents more than the tiny size.
I don't know why.
yeah, I was also surprised to find out that in America there is no McRib all year round.
Oh.
No, there's not.
Where I live, McRib is always there. It's just it's never leaves.
Well, something I got from McDonald's is a Grimace drink because his birthday is in this month.
What's it good?
Grimace's birthday is in June.
One
This-
weird thing that's sorry, I interrupted.
Huh?
I interrupted you. You can keep going.
Yeah, his birthday. Sorry, I stuttered. So his birthday is on June, and yeah, I got the drink. It was like it tastes like a grape soda.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh
Did you
my
know
that the Grimace is also is the same voice as Donald Duck?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
If you can
Oh,
you can follow him on Instagram. His name is Daniel Ross, and he's a
Daniel
wonderfully
Ross.
funny human.
I never knew
Donald
that.
I
Duck.
didn't even know that the Grimace had a voice, or I haven't heard it since.
Well,
I
he
was
did
a
a video last week on Instagram. He went to McDonald's and went through the drive-through and ordered a Grimace meal or drink with the
Oh my
Grimace's voice.
Fair, Grimace was a little kid.
recognize him.
One weird thing that's been happening to me lately is I usually order like a Coke, but I don't know if they're putting something in the Coke or if they just changed the way they make it. But the Coke that I get from McDonald's has started to taste a bit like bubblegum for some reason. Somehow in a very pleasant way. It's not that bad. It's actually quite nice. I
Yeah.
just wasn't expecting it.
They're adding extra stuff. I'm so sorry,
Yeah.
guys. I'm gonna have to run. I just realized the time, and I've
They're
got a
not
session
cleaning
at
the
1,
machine.
so
oh.
Okay.
so
Talk
sorry.
to you later.
Hi,
Ali.
Ali.
Yay,
Bye,
See you
Ali.
next
See you
week.
here,
Bye.
Thank you so much for the it's
Bye,
beautiful art.
Ali.
Meeting you.
See you soon.
Thank you
Bye.
for joining us.
Do again,
Bye.
Nice meeting you, Allie.
Allie. Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh.
We've lost her.
Oh,
All right,
oh, man.
to wrap it up,
Wait.
Raya, who is your favorite Bendy character? And then we can talk after.
Oh, I have quite a few actually.
Okay.
First, I would have to say the Ink Demons, of course. So I wouldn't forget our Devil Darling. And
Yeah.
then
Oh,
our Pure Boy, Forrest. Sammy Lawrence.
Sam.
Allie Lawrence.
And I love Alice, either one, Allison and Twisted Alice. And then I got many.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, they're all so cool. They all
She's-
have. They're all
She's
great
my
characters.
favorite villain too. Evil Alice. I'm scared of her.
Yes.
I
I'm running-
narrowed my choices down to Wally, Franks, and Boris.
Mm.
Yeah, I've been drawing a bit of Wally Franks recently. Obviously, he has like no actual face that we can like see, but my girlfriend made a very nice design of him, and I just been drawing that all the time.
Nice.
Whenever I want to like
Aw.
add Wally, I think I made a thing where like Heidi was listening to a bunch of like his voice recordings, and then said one time, just while Sammy was in the vicinity, just "I'm out of here," and immediately
I'm
Sammy
out
said,
of here.
No, went insane. Prepared the sacrificial ritual immediately.
Can I get an amen?
Oh,
All right.
But
so
she
that was-
acts.
Oops, sorry.
I always, whenever anybody mentions Sammy Lawrence, I always hear the Bendy Royale version where he's like, "I'm gonna kill you."
oh.
I'm
Forget
gonna
Bendy,
kill
right?
I
ya.
remember that game.
Sammy
Damn.
Lawrence, I'm gonna kill you.
Where's Sly Cooper?
Oh God.
What if Sly Cooper meets Joey? Oh.
What?
There's your crossover.
What?
Crossover?
No, the crossover needs to be the Joey Juice Studios and Frogger crossover.
Yeah, when are we gonna get that?
Oh,
crossover
Getting
for
it,
the
Dave.
ages.
When are we gonna get?
Yeah, maybe that'll be finally the sequel that I've been waiting for Frogger.
Get on it, devs. Get on it, dev team.
I literally-
I gotta
Later,
find
we
that.
finally
this
made a
artwork.
Whoa,
sequel to
guys.
Oh, Jesus.
Frogger
Whoa.
and the Great Quest.
Oh,
I was
up, Clover?
actually just watching a playthrough for that last night, Dave, and I was like, remaster for the PS5 when?
Yeah.
Real.
Where the heck is it?
Watch a playthrough last night of what?
Frogger and the Great Quest.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, remaster for the PS5 when?
Dave,
When
we,
does that
we
happen?
need to appreciate your work here.
When?
Okay, well, wait a minute. Wait, for those of you that don't know, I am the voice of Frogger and who don't believe it, see if this sounds familiar. I know Frog Foo.
Oh, my mom's gonna love this.
Never get tired of that.
I just need
my-
to breathe, guys.
And that's
just need to
basically
breathe.
all I ever said was he said that and then he would just hop around and go, uh-oh.
I played that game.
Spaghetti.
What really
mean,
gets me in that game is the jump landing sounds, because it sounds like Frogger is breaking every bone in his body.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Like
god.
he lands on a
Is
mushroom
he
and it's like,
okay?
and I'm like, what is happening?
Oh my gosh, is he okay?
So
Did
he
you-
and Joey
did
have
you-
something in common.
Did
Oh
you
my
make
gosh.
it to the did you make it to the end and interact with the evil Dr. Sarkenstein?
No,
Whoa.
I did
Oh.
not.
Yeah, if
Oh.
you watch that, because that's I also
Oh.
play that.
Oh,
character.
wow.
I did this a
Amazing.
while ago.
Oh, look
Nice.
at that. That's
Aw.
awesome.
Bendy was Sonic.
I love the
Sonic-
line work.
Wow.
Thank you.
I love it.
Like wearing a tuxedo vest.
He's a very handsome
Yeah.
lad.
That's
Just like
Dapper gentleman.
just like
has to
Sly
have the
Cooper
drip.
wearing.
Sorry.
spats are like a rare commodity. You don't see
This is-
everyday characters wearing spats. I love
Mm.
spats.
This is just like a Sly Cooper wearing a tuxedo.
Amazing.
Clover and Sly Cooper.
Clover and that's like
That's going to be the next game that comes out.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
Sly Cooper.
All right,
Um,
that's pretty much it.
while I have a moment,
Nice.
I need to run, but thank you so
Ah.
much for having me, Brandon. Thank
Oh,
you,
no problem.
Dave, for everything you do.
Okay.
Love you.
Thank
Love
you
you,
for
man.
joining us.
Take care, Rune.
Um,
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
But yeah, have a good one,
See
everyone.
ya.
You too.
Thanks for joining us.
Later,
Thank you
Woon.
for joining us.
See ya.
Bye, Rune.
I missed them already.
Oh no. Another one
Same.
bites the dust.
They will.
And me running from evil Alice.
I remember I played in like a D&D game and the whole theme was supposed to be like bears. Everyone is some sort of bear. And the
Lord.
funny thing was that just before this game, when I was asked to like come play with it, I had drawn Porter as a bear. So like a toony little bear. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna jump in and like say, I got a character here. It's Porter. And his whole shtick is that he's a brown bear, but he's covered in so much ink that he just counts as a black bear.
Nice.
Oh.
And he like the whole time we were like, oh, we have to like grab some honey, and a lot of the plan rested on Porter just distracting people, and it was insane because Porter just got distracted himself the whole time.
Nice.
So I was
Well,
like,
have you
wow.
seen
be careful.
have you seen Eric Bra, who plays the voice of Porter?
I'm in the server and I watch the streams.
Okay, yeah, because he looks like a bear. He looks like a red bear.
Yeah,
I haven't.
I drew like a pre-ink version of Porter, and then like eventually like I found out about Eric Ra. You joined the Discord, everything, and he's also like overweight, and I was like, huh, I got that. There we go, I did that one.
Eric is
Hey.
our favorite Viking. We love him so much.
Fantastic Viking. I enjoyed drawing a chibi version of him being soupy.
Nice.
and yeah, he was gonna try and stop by today, but he had other things going on. Oh, look at that!
I have the shirt actually.
Yes.
Eric though.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
That's so
Oh,
great.
Eric.
An immaculate
Uh,
shirt.
Oh.
You have to
Whoa.
tell me that just
It
for
was
the-
nice. It was like a little sweet gift because the website for the prints wasn't really working at all for me. It wouldn't take the card or anything.
Oh
and
my gosh.
I couldn't buy
Mhm.
any prints, and I was so upset because I wanted a
I-
Porter and Sammy print. And so he was like, "Hey, so what size shirt do you wear?" And I'm like, "Oh, like an S." And he sent me a shirt. I was like,
I
Aw.
had
Oh,
I had a similar issue. I've been completely unable to buy any prints for myself, which sucks because I really wanted an Ink Demon one, and I gave up and tried ordering an Audrey one. And I thought, dang it.
oh,
Am I
oh,
just not going to be able to get one? And
I was-
it's very unfortunate.
Wonder what that
I'm
is.
sorry to
Extremely
hear
being
that.
weird.
Yeah, I notified the customer support thing, and they said, yeah, it's just your bank. They're not letting you make the transaction. It's just like, why? And so I'm thinking of
That
trying again
sucks.
with PayPal instead of just the bank.
Mhm.
I wanted to try PayPal, but there was no option on the site for me to use PayPal. So I was just staring at that like,
One of these days,
I decided to use Cash App because PayPal's no, it's nothing.
One thing that I really want to do though is make a poster for myself and have the voice actors sign it. I'm hoping that I can do that one day.
Oh,
Yeah. You know what? And you're on to something there because, you know, it's really cool that we can order prints and get like an individual actor's signature. But I want a poster with everybody's signature. And so we need to figure out how to do that. Just for you and me, friendly, and everybody else can be jealous.
What?
oh, well, guys.
It so hurt.
Speaking
man.
of
no graffiti art for you.
Speaking of the autograph signing, I paid for the autograph, the Lauren Singer, and then guess what happened on the stream? Is she called my name and I got caught off guard.
One of
I have
these-
mine right here.
That's what happens. When you pay
If-
for it, they're gonna call your name. They're gonna call your name.
And
If
then was
I-
like, Evil Alice.
If I end up someday getting a print, I just know it's gonna be either the Ink Demon or Audrey, and they're gonna bring it up, and I am going to lose my mind.
Oh.
Dave, I saw that, Dave.
Eyes already like set.
So here's mine. I got a while ago from Lauren Singer.
Oh, that's so
Oh yeah,
cool.
remember.
I put it into a bigger frame because the old frame I had, it was like you could see like the writing
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
how the frame was like hunched over.
Like on a matte border. That's
Yeah.
really cool. Good.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Presentation.
Thank you.
I got like an Allison print because she's my favorite character. So, and I got like two quotes from Allison and Evil Alice. That Evil Alice quote that got me like turned me into a turtle. Like I
Just a toidle. Just a toidle.
Me,
yeah,
whenever
like I
Alice is
turtled
on screen.
myself. I'm turtled myself. I was scared. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna hide.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna wrap this up right quick. If that's all right. Like in other words, because I gotta get ready to go. I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries.
It's all good.
Oh,
Thank you for having us, Brandon. This has been
No problem.
Thanks
delightful.
for doing this, Brandon.
Yeah.
What's up, Dave? Wait, Dave, but did you say I didn't hear you?
Oh, I just said thanks for doing this and getting us all together. You know, just not only for the interview, but just so we can all appreciate each other. And it's cool to have a great community like this where we can all get together and show love for each other.
Now, before I go, oops, sorry, go ahead.
I wanted to say that thank you very much, everybody. And yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm honored to have so many people want to do this each time. I'm so honored to be able to like bring everyone here together and like be able to make an experience, not just for me like doing the interview, but like for everyone who like the artist segment. That's kind of the point. Is I'm going to include eventually I want to include every artist if I can, but I know it's not possible. But every artist who wants to be part of it. That's my goal. That's why I try not to include any duplicates from last time. So we could get like every artist a chance. So.
Thanks again for doing this, Brandon, for the artist side of this.
Yeah.
Because when we, the cast members, started doing the streams, we're kind of like, well, what do you want to do for this stream? We're kind of like, well, when we just get together and we just talk, that seems to work for us. but we're trying to figure out like, well, what should we do
Yeah.
for the next? Is there anything special we should do for the next thing? And one of the suggestions came up, well, like we're getting so much from the community of artists. There's a stream we need to just appreciate them. And we're still, our streams are still like, well, first we spend half an hour at the beginning and the end with tech issues.
Oh,
So,
black stream.
but
Thanks, Dave.
then we do our signings and stuff like that. But so we just can't spend enough appropriate time with the artists. So thanks to you, we can, and everybody, gets their spotlight and we're able to do
appreciate
this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And until next time, enthusiasts,
Yeah,
I will
Joey.
see you. I will
Cheers.
see you in the next one.
Bye bye.
Thanks everybody.
Bye.
Guys.
Thanks for
See you
stopping by.
soon.
Thank you.
Take
We'll see you
care.
at the next one.
There's a
Toodles.
punch on a dream.
Bye.
See you guys.
Oh my gosh.
See ya.
Aw.
Hail Queen Amok.
Oh, wait, Dave,
Oh.
right quick.
I'm
Try
ready
not
for
to
the
die.
bodies.
Do you-
I'm ready for
You
the
ha-
bodies.
Dave, do you have my email right quick from? So
Yeah, I
you can send the
got
thing
it.
after?
You sent it to me yesterday,
Okay, cool. I want to make sure.
and
Mhm.
I will send this to you, and we'll make everybody famous.
Thank you.
All
See you
right,
guys.
Joey.
Excellent.
This has been amazing.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks.
The end.